I'ma taste you cause you look tasty. Don't keep me waiting on. And oh, stop playing. Oh, stop playing. When you walk through time stop. And me, you keep on. And oh, stop playing. Oh, stop playing.
Girl, you always playing with it. Always talking about it. So
What's up? What's up? I hope everybody's. Let me make sure these bombs is working tonight because we might need these bombs tonight because we got some folks in the building. First, let me let you know who I am. I'm Rob D. This is the Raw Report. We got some people. Hold on. Let me get these. Who's that going? Who's that playing? That's you? Oh, that's all right. Okay, get it. You good? We got a young lady who's came back. She's a regular to the show. I'm Rob D. Let me introduce her. In case you don't know her, this is none other than Miss Kiki D is in the building.
Hi, y'all.
We was waiting for some more people to come, but they haven't showed up yet.
Oops, but, that was my mess up.
Now, it might be me. Oh, that's me. I'll be forgetting. I got so much on my mind.
You gotta turn it down.
I got so much on my mind. And last but not least, we gonna talk to him. Y'all do me a favor and put your hands together for my man from like 20-some years, Mr. Matt Patola is in the building. He's in the building. He's definitely in the building. Matt.
Hey.
How you doing, brother?
I'm hanging in there.
You're hanging in there?
Yes.
Let me ask you this before we get started. It was a lot, when I put the picture up that you were coming, a lot was coming at you.
Yes.
A lot was coming at you because you are a Trump supporter.
Absolutely.
Absolutely a Trump supporter.
Yes.
There's no hiding that. There's no you represent. Now you said you didn't want to be represented as a Republican.
No, not particularly.
You want to be represented as a
Trump supporter.
Okay.
Let's
get this started.
He out the gate.
All
Now
right.
let me ask you this, and we're gonna open the phones up, y'all. Give me a second. Let me get Matt's mics and stuff right. We're gonna open the phones up about 8 o'clock. Why do you think? Give me a comparison between Donald Trump and Barack Obama.
First off, Donald Trump is not a career politician. I think that's what we needed. We needed a businessman to run our economy. He's putting our economy first. Barack Obama did not such a thing. He's bringing back jobs. He wants people to work. He wants more people off the system, and that's pretty much my view.
Now, you mean off the system as far as food stamps?
He doesn't want as many people dependent on the government.
Okay. And you think he's the right man right now for the job?
Right now, I think he is.
Okay. Can you give us an example of some things he's done that's helped people?
Our tax cuts.
Okay.
Number one.
Okay.
I wish he eliminated all taxes.
The 1%.
No, I get $100 extra in my check every week since the tax cuts.
But that's a temporary fix. Because after, 2027 or something like that, they're going to have to redo the whole tax thing. So eventually that's going to work against us, not for us.
Well, how would that work against us? Families getting more money.
Okay. I'm letting you finish. I just interjected for that one moment, but you were making your point. You were continue.
No, I agree with low taxes. The more money the government receives in revenue, the more needlessly they spend, and they overspend. Look at our $20 trillion debt, for instance. Before 1911, I think it's 1911 or 1912, when the federal income tax was instilled, we didn't have a debt. So they instilled the federal income tax, so that means now the government's generating revenue, and that's when our debt started, because they're overspending what they receive.
Okay.
And there's a lot of reckless spending in the government, period. And it needs to stop.
Now, are you proud to say that you're a Trump supporter?
Yeah.
With all that's going on with Russia and sexual
Well, there's no proven Russian. The Russian thing is a nothing burger. There's actually more proof that there's Russian collusion between Obama and Hillary Clinton than there is with Donald Trump and Russia. I mean, if the guy smiles at someone from Russia, it's Russian collusion.
Now, why do you say Obama and
well,
Russia?
the uranium one, the fake dossier that the Clinton Foundation paid for with all that fake Russian propaganda stuff to try to make it look like Donald Trump is colluding with Russia. I mean, it's endless. Look at all the problems with the DNC that Wasserman Schultz had to step down because she got in trouble for tampering, smashing PCs and computers, hiding all kinds of evidence. Why would she have to do that if they're scot clean?
So you think the Russian whole thing is just is fake news?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. You stand.
Why
here,
were
man.
there 13 Russians indicted recently?
And that special counsel just said there's absolutely zero evidence of Trump colluding with Russia.
But even members of his own cabinet are implicated in what's going on with the supposed not Russian collusion. His son-in-law, his son.
They stated the FBI cleared him.
But the investigation is still going on, so you can't say that there's no collusion.
But there's still no evidence of it.
Still investigating.
They've been trying for over a year. There's nothing. It's a nothing. Even Van Jones, he's the biggest communist around, even said it's a nothing burger. You know who Van Jones is?
I know who Van Jones is.
Yeah, he knows it's bullshit.
So why don't you want yourself to be referred to as a Republican?
There's a lot of Republicans I hate. I mean, I think as a whole, I think the Republican Party is just as bad as the Democrat Party.
Okay.
But the politicians that I happen to like are Republicans.
Okay. Do you think Donald Trump will win in 2020?
Yes.
He will?
Yes.
Will you vote for him?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Right now, listen, Donald Trump is not even a real Republican. He's actually for a lot of social programs. He just, on Unhyphenated America, it's a great site. He just passed some social program to help minorities and women with job training.
Okay.
So he's not against social programs. He's more like an old school Democrat in my eyes.
Okay. Now, when I announced that you were coming on, you caught a lot of friendly fire. You caught some friendly fire. Yeah,
I thought I was going to have to take the Pope Mobile here.
This motherfucker. No, I got to stop laughing because they was inboxing me telling me I was a coon and all that. Do you now that friendly fire you caught, the back and forth with the young ladies? Why do you think that happened? Because you support Trump? And they said Trump is a racist. Do you think he's a racist?
I don't think he's a racist. The reason why I'll tell you that, he's been in the public eye at least 30 years of our life.
Okay.
We were kids. We were watching him in the WWF, WrestleMania at Trump Towers.
Right.
Stone Cold giving him the stunner. Right. He's on talk shows all the time. He used to be friends with Oprah Winfrey, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton. He used to be on all these talk shows all the time.
That's a typical answer.
Then he's on The Apprentice, and then the guy decides to run for president. All of a sudden, he's a racist. All of a sudden, he's a racist.
Because
no one ever said all these years that this guy is a racist.
Black people,
all of a sudden, he runs for president.
That means he's not
and
a
he's
racist.
a racist.
But the average black person was not Donald Trump's friend. So because he had affluent black people as his friend, that means that proves his point that Donald Trump is not a racist because he was friends with Oprah. I mean, that's a typical response.
How is that a typical response? No one accused him of being a racist before.
He was accused of being racist when he was dealing with when he had property back in Manhattan and he was labeling all of the applications with the C for colored because he did not want people of color to reside inside of his properties, that is a racist act. He stopped people of color from being able to live where they want to live.
Maybe when I get home, I'll look that up.
Well, why don't you look it up now? We have all this technology right here. That was something that Donald Trump, and then he's not a racist, but what about the fact
But why didn't that come out years ago? All of a sudden it comes out now that he's a racist.
It came out years ago. So what about the fact that he single-handedly tried to get those, remember the jogger in New York?
Park 5.
The Central Park 5. Those boys were innocent, but yet and still he tried those kids and wanted them to be killed, executed when they were found.
To be killed.
Yes, he
that goes with the narrative that he's Hitler.
He said he wanted them to be executed, and they were innocent. They didn't even get tried yet. They were innocent. Donald Trump, over the course of time, has done things that were not for the people of color. But because, yes,
how come Hillary Clinton wasn't deemed a racist when she's on record saying racist things? Well, I'm going to bring that up.
This is not
now all of a sudden, this guy's running for president, and he's a racist.
I am a supporter of Donald Trump.
No one said he was a racist all these years. This is the first I've heard of any of this stuff.
Out of his own mouth,
why didn't Oprah Winfrey bring that up to him on the show?
Calling countries of color shithole countries.
They are shithole countries.
This is a shithole country.
They are.
America is no different than what's going on in those supposed shithole countries, and you cannot call them shithole countries.
So what's going on in Haiti is happening here.
We have a lot of poverty and a lot of things going on here. Yes, we have a lot of injustices
have a lot more poverty than we do. We're the most wealthiest country in the world.
We are the reason for a lot of the injustices that's happening over there. We are the cause of it. This country.
We're not the cause of other countries' injustice.
Okay. Yes, we are.
No, we're not.
America going into other countries, deciding that they're going to make laws, deciding that they're going to do what they want to do, deciding
like Afghanistan, I agree we shouldn't be there.
Okay.
But that's a shithole country too. We should stay out of those shitholes.
But there's a lot of shithole countries in this world.
Yeah, but what's wrong with saying what it is?
So there's no European countries that are shithole countries?
Yeah, there's a lot of shitholes in Europe.
But as a president of the United States, that was a proper statement for him to make?
No, but that's why I like that.
No, that's not shooting for the hip. He needs to be diplomatic. He is the president. He represents us all. He does not represent just himself. He is no longer a private citizen. He is a representation of the United States of America.
He should be a little more diplomatic. I agree with
things like that. So you're not a Republican, you're a Trump supporter. And even though Trump has proven to be a racist in his statements,
proven to be a racist.
He has proven to be a misogynist in his statements.
A misogynist?
Yes, he is a male chauvinist. Yes. By saying he grabs people's pussies, yes, that's a male chauvinist statement to me.
I used to grab people's pussies. Does that make me a misogynist?
Yeah, it really does. If you feel that that's okay, and
it's not okay.
The culture that we are in right now,
12 years ago.
All of these, look what happened. The things that happened with Weinstein, that probably happened years ago, but it's coming out.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
He is the president of the United States.
And that's Hillary Clinton's buddy, too. And he's a lot worse than Trump.
Okay, so the guy who owns the casinos in Las Vegas, is that not Trump's buddy? He had to give up he's no longer the CEO now, and he is the one that was going around paying, he had to pay, $7 million because he was sitting around sexually harassing his work? He wanted to fuck a grandmother.
He sexually harassed him and he got in trouble.
Right.
Good.
But that was Trump's buddy. He donated a lot to his campaign. Okay, so they're all colluding together, all of these people that
Saudi Arabia donated to the Clinton Foundation. They're the worst perpetrators towards women.
And the NRA donated $30 million to Trump's foundation as well.
Yeah, they're always going to donate to Republicans.
Okay.
Always.
Let me ask you this, Matt.
I don't have a problem with the NRA either.
Do you think that Hillary Clinton is a racist?
I do think she's a racist. She's on paper saying Hispanics are Taco Bowl voters. Islamic or Muslim people are saying ends.
Trump is recorded saying that people from Mexico are murderers and rapists.
Some of them are.
But so are people
Some
in
of them
America.
are.
You cannot say
He didn't
they're
say
not
all of them,
Americans.
man.
No, but he made
didn't say all of
a
them.
generalized statement against a population of people. He did not say some. He said that the people that are coming over here from those countries are the worst of the worst. That they do a lottery.
A lot of them are the worst of the
No,
worst.
you don't do a lottery.
You see how much drugs come from that country? They're the number one importers of heroin now.
Okay, so but when Reagan decided that he wanted to get in bed and have drugs come into this country, a Republican, that was okay?
No. Absolutely not. It's okay.
So now that the drugs are here, because the party
And they're
that
still
you
coming
support,
in.
was one of the biggest reasons why they were pushed into this country. Now you're saying what? Like, I mean, well, the point that I'm making is, yes, it's a terrible thing that the drugs are here, but the president Reagan was one of the people that brought the drugs here to help. What was it? I forgot.
Oh,
what
you mean
Iran-Contra?
Yes,
Iran-Contra, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That is pretty
The
bad.
CIA had a lot to do with that. Yeah, all right, I agree with you.
And he also played a
I'm
role
not
in it
for
as well.
that.
Matt, they said that they want to know, are you a racist?
No. What the fuck? Everything is fucking race because
Right.
I don't agree with your opinions. Why is that? If you disagree with someone's opinions, now you're a racist.
Right.
I'm not a Democrat, so you're a racist.
I don't think all Democrats are black, so you can't just label Democrats black. So that
I didn't
doesn't-
say that.
You said now.
All
You said
Democrats
I'm not
are
a
black.
Democrat, so now I'm a racist. So you
No,
basically
I didn't
are
say
putting
you're a
two together.
racist.
You just said I'm not a Democrat, so now
I
I'm
said
a racist.
I'm not a Democrat.
Right.
So, okay, it's labeled anyone who votes for Trump is a racist.
Okay.
That's spewed out a lot from the left, and that's really not a fair thing to say.
Now, when he said, I think when he said that all countries, those countries, particular countries, he was talking about Haiti.
He was talking about Haiti. He was talking about the African countries, and he was
Say
talking about Venezuela.
Nigeria.
And he said it was shitholes. Do
Shithole
you
countries.
think that's a racist remark?
I don't think it's a racist remark. I don't think it's a politically correct remark, but they are shithole countries.
Okay.
Have you ever been to Africa? I mean, for you to make this statement, have you ever gone to any of these countries for you to say
Nigeria, no, I would never go there.
Why
So you
not?
cannot say what's a shithole country if you've never yourself ever been here. You just go.
You know how much? You know how much tribal violence goes on there. You know how many women get murdered.
Do you know why there's
and
tribal
get
violence?
mutilated
Because of
down
the
there? Why would you want to
colonization.
go to a place like
Colonizers
that?
come to that to Africa, and that's why there's so much violence going on there.
There was a question. They said, how do you feel about, you like the NRA and Trump, how do you feel about gun violence in school
Well, hold on.
shootings?
I don't like the NRA. I don't really have a problem with them.
Right.
I don't think they're the ones killing people.
Okay.
All right, and also, I'm not a gun guy.
Okay.
All right, but I do believe in the Second Amendment to some extent. I'm not a gun guy,
Okay.
and over the last, I'd say, 25 years, all these mass shootings have been happening.
Right.
And before that, guns have been in this country since the creation of this country.
Right.
So why all of a sudden in the last 25 years have all these things been happening?
Why do you
Is it
think
because of guns or more guns or less guns? I don't have the answers to that. I think it's a horrible thing.
Right.
I'm not a gun guy though.
You're not
I
a
don't
gun
own
guy.
guns. I'm not into guns. So I don't really have any suggestions for that.
Okay. It is, but you do agree that it's a horrible thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is
It's
horrible.
disgusting.
Somebody wrote, when whites saw what drugs did to their own, they came up with ways to help the white people and pushed it into our community with no intention on us ever surviving. How do you feel about that?
I never heard of that before.
I guess they mean like the CIA putting crack or cocaine into the black community.
Right.
But
I think the CIA is a corrupt organization.
Absolutely, like the FBI when they wanted to stop the Black Panther movement, that's what they did. They flooded the ghettos with heroin, and that was one of the ways that they distracted the movement from going forward.
Well, but we
because-
could look at that in look at the opiate problem now. The opiate problem, the heroin problem, it's not just in the black community, it's worldwide.
I'm glad
it's
you
nationwide.
segued to that, because now it's an opiate crisis. But when the government introduced crack cocaine, when it started in Oakland, California, and then it came into, then it started to get into the other states, it wasn't considered a crisis. It was just the crack era. But now it's the opiates, because it's affecting the masses of, that's, the white people, because white people are now overdosing using pills, prescribed medication. Now it's a crisis. But when it was crack, when it broke up so many families and so many homes, and the same thing that is being experienced now happened in urban communities all over the USA. It was not considered a crisis, but now because it's affecting suburbia, now it's a crisis.
Yo, the phone lines are now open. 203-510-0131. You can call in, speak to Matt, speak to Kiki. We got another guest here, but he doesn't want to get on because he just doesn't want to get on. I get it. Now, Matt, you and the young ladies were going back and forth yesterday.
Yeah.
How do you feel about what they were saying about you?
No, I think they prejudged me. I didn't even say a word, and I'm a racist.
Right. Now, your wife is...
She's Puerto Rican.
Okay. Now, she said you did stuff for Puerto Rico when the hurricanes...
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Now, they said that was a typical... I don't know if you said it or I think they said it was a typical... They said stuff that you say is typical racist stuff like
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Really?
That's just absolutely asinine.
So let me ask you this. You and Rob met at work, right?
Yeah, squeegee form.
Okay. Yeah, 1997.
So prior to that, how many aside from you knowing Rob, do you have any other black friends? Okay.
I grew up with him and his whole family.
So aside from these two gentlemen in this room, do you have other black friends?
Yeah.
But they come to your house, you guys break bread, you guys all hang out, go to each other's weddings, your children play together. I mean, you have friends like that? Or because of circumstance, you and Rob became friends and you guys got to know each other. Right.
Hold on. What's wrong with circumstance?
No, I'm not saying
what's wrong with circumstance?
Circumstance is great. The point.
What's wrong with circumstance?
Circumstance is absolutely wonderful.
What's wrong with that?
I'm not saying
my mom used to own a store in inner city Meriden. So I didn't just grow up in white neighborhoods. I went to school in inner city Meriden. I went to school in inner city New Haven. So I was always around diversity.
Right.
And I look at everyone the same. We were raised to look at everyone the same. My father, most of his friends were black and Jamaican growing up. I mean, what's wrong with that?
Nothing is wrong with that. I'm just asking questions. I didn't make a statement. I asked questions.
Now, you asking that because it's like, most racists will say, well, I have black
right,
friends.
That's the point that I'm trying to see, because you...
But I didn't say that. I'm not coming on here and saying...
No, that's why I'm asking questions. Yeah. I'm asking questions.
I might get attacked, but I know he's not racist.
I've only dated one black girl, by the way.
I don't know him, and I can't say that he's a bad guy. You don't come across to me as a nasty person. That's why he was like, he's debating. I'm like, damn it, we got along the last time. How are we going to debate when we get
I'm just someone that... I'm entitled to my beliefs. You're entitled to your beliefs.
Absolutely.
Right.
Rob, Trey, we're all entitled to our beliefs. And our beliefs aren't always going to be the same.
All right, question. Do you really believe there's such thing as white privilege?
Hold on, let's get this call right quick. Caller, what's going on? It's the Raw Report. Talk to us.
Hi, Rob. Hi, Kiki. Hi, Matt. I hope all well. Okay, so I'm sitting here watching this right now. Hello?
Hello?
Go ahead, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry, my phone is acting up. I'm watching it and then I'm on the other phone. So basically, I've seen that as a lot of people I grew up in. I grew up in Hampton majority of all my life. And, you know, the whole thing, I'm not racist because I'm married to a Puerto Rican and I dated and all that. He probably isn't, but he has to understand, when you look at Donald Trump as anybody who supports him, I never liked him from years ago in the 90s, and a lot of people forgot about this. When he was a part of the Miss Universe pageants and Miss USA pageants, this is before social media got big in the 90s, he sat there and belittled one of the contest winners because she had gained some weight and had all this coverage. I remember that all because I used to watch Entertainment Tonight. So from there on, I really wasn't a big fan of his. And so to me, he was sexist. And then Rosie O'Donnell, he calls her a fat pig and all this. And the guy Matt saying, oh, he has black friends. Oprah just has a lot of people on her show, and they were never friends. Let's be clear of that. Granted, I don't know who his friends are, but it's so hard. I can't speak for anybody else, but for me, and I have people that I'm close with at work and everything who voted for Donald Trump. And for me, knowing what he's done, it's hard for me to look at somebody who's Caucasian and even somebody who's black who thinks he's not racist. Because it makes sense. First of all, he's disgusting because I've seen him do 20 times worse stuff to women, in my opinion. And what Kiki brought up was absolutely right. There's things that people never talked about, and yes, it got brought up because he's the president of the United States and thinks he's doing now. To sit here and call countries a shithole. You are the president of the United States. There's certain things you do not say. I have friends and I know people who go to these countries, and Matt, I'm thinking as a Jamaican and black are basically. I'm glad that you kind of you are a little awoke because you kind of get it, because Jamaica is a country and that's a whole other story. But anyway, it's going back to the whole thing. I don't think that people. It's just hard to believe that somebody could say, oh, I like Donald Trump, and not think that they're racist, even though you have a wife who's a different nationality than you. It's hard because all the things he said as the president of the United States, you're not supposed to say shit whole countries. People don't even realize how beautiful these countries are. I have friends who've gone to these countries, and just like America, there's some parts of America, and we all know that, are just like, whoa, we're shocked about it. So it's hard, and they're watching this. I'm just like, this is what I've dealt with half of my life living in Hampton. White boys, no offense, and certain white women that be like, oh, I have black friends and I have this, and I don't understand how you can think Donald Trump, he's a sexist and he's a racist. Look what he says. I just can't understand why you think that he's not racist.
I don't think he's a racist.
Why? You constantly keep saying why you don't think. Tell me why. Give us one valid reason.
Haven't heard him say anything racist.
You don't think he's racist? Please.
I don't think he's racist.
I just asked you a question. Give me 3 things why you don't think he's racist.
I can give you one thing. I have never heard him say anything racist.
Calling entire countries shithole countries that are populated by people of color is not a racist statement. Are you desensitized?
Calling Haiti a shithole is racist? Did you ever see what's going on there?
That is absolutely racist. That's not only racist, but that is disrespectful.
Then it's disrespectful. Then it's not racist.
It is racist. It is racist. It is racist.
I'm too sensitive.
It is. It's a racist statement to make.
Hello?
That's your prerogative.
You good?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just sitting here like, he still just gave me 1. I'm looking for 2. Before I hang up, I need to hear 2 conversations because now I have to go do some other mommy stuff. But
the only answer I can give you is I have never heard him say something racist.
Okay, then. So do you believe
he helped the... How about this one? The unemployment rate in the black community is the lowest it's ever been. Is that racist?
Okay, let's be realistic.
So you're not worried about African Americans working? Why isn't that something you talk about? The only thing you talk about is race. You don't talk about anything else but race.
That's not the first thing I said. If you listen,
why is everything about race? I don't get it.
Because this is America.
But I'm saying to you, do you understand?
We should all be one. We shouldn't be races.
I'm sorry, what?
I said we all should be one. Why does everything have to be race?
Because you have people. So you have
to fight racism with racism?
I'm sorry, what?
You have to fight racism with racism by labeling someone who likes Donald Trump a racist when you don't even know the person.
And we are the model of Jamaica is one out of many people. People who know me personally.
Martin Luther King was a conservative, by the way.
My brother-in-law is white red hair and blue eyes. But it's not that. You have to understand, looking at the president and what he has said, and you have people wearing to have Make America Great.
He called a country a shithole. That makes him a racist?
Yes.
Yeah.
How?
How could you say that? Yeah.
Croatia's a shithole. It's all white people.
There are plenty of countries.
If you call Croatia a shithole, I'd agree with you. And that's all white people. I wouldn't think you're a racist. I think you're telling the truth.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm using an example. Country called Croatia. It's a third world country in Eastern Europe. It's an absolute shithole. It's a country full of just white people. If you came here and said to me, Croatia's a shithole, I would agree with you. I wouldn't think you're a racist.
But you're not understanding the whole thing now. This is my thing. The comment that he made, and the fact that even before he made that one about the war, how could you sit up here and say, we need to build a wall? Like,
oh, the wall? I think you should build a wall.
Like I said, before I even thought he was a racist, I knew he was a sexist.
All the illegals should be deported. That's my view. Why should I feel bad for someone who's been here for 20 years?
Okay, so should he deport his in-laws? Because they're reported to not
she's married to him. It's legal. She has a green card.
His in-laws.
Thank you so much.
His in-laws.
Thank you so much for calling.
Calm down, Mamacita.
We got another person just added to the show, but we had to block him out because of personal reasons. He is a black man, and he's going to speak. We're going to put the camera on him. He's been blocked out. Tonight, his name is just none other than, he's John Doe. And he has, Mr. John Doe, please interject and let us know. We spoke earlier. Just let us know, what do you think about, now you watch Matt and the young lady go back and forth. What do you think? What is your take on it?
This whole situation is sad to me.
Okay.
Because everything is based on race, is based on what this person's saying, what that person's saying. But at the end of the day, we're all human beings, and people are just being so judgmental. And I mean, either way you look at it, from the perspective what Matt is saying about the president, or what you guys are saying about the president, there's races going to be coming on both sides of the party. So if you're going to be judgmental, then you guys have to also look at yourselves also, because race is just coming through this whole conversation. So if we take the race out of this whole situation, why can't they talk about the true facts that's actually going on in the world?
Can I add something, John?
Can I add something, John?
When I was a kid, even up to when Rob and I started working with each other, racism always existed. Our buddy Phil Blunt, one day, him and I, remember the old temp service Reitman?
Yeah, shout out to Phil Blunt.
Him and I were going to get our checks after a long, hard day at Squeegee Farm.
Right.
So now we're in Brantford.
Okay. Hold on, caller. Go ahead.
White people land.
Right.
So we're parked in the car. We get out. We're going into the building to get our checks. There was a car with this white lady right there. She saw Phil. She locked her. She hit the locks.
Right.
And I felt bad. He was kind of hurt by that.
Right.
And he's not a menacing looking guy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's got great lyrics.
Yeah, he does. He's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not a menacing looking guy. He never was a menacing looking guy. He's good looking man.
Right.
And the lady locked her doors.
Right.
And I felt really bad, man. And he started yelling at the lady. I started yelling at the lady. And then we just walked into the building and get our checks.
Do you think white privilege exists? Do you think there's such a thing as white privilege? Like, do you believe that that exists? Do you think you're protected under that umbrella?
I don't.
Well, let me say this. I'm going to cut you off. The way I look at it right
now. Let's get this caller right quick.
Okay.
Caller, go ahead, caller.
Hi, Rob. It's Angel Garrett.
Oh, hey, Angel. Angel, what's good? We've been waiting to hear from you.
I'm watching this man dig his own grave. And I'm about to, change his whole life and his whole perspective.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to give him a minute to explain to me, as a man who has a minority wife, who interacts with older people, with black people, with just about everybody in New Haven, why he would lend his name and reputation to someone who has been known to be a liar, known to be a misogynist, and known to go about his daily routine is to put down anyone that he can. I need to know why Matthew would lend his name and reputation to such a man. You go ahead, Matt.
Because I want our economy to grow. I want all of us to work. I'm not worried. You know, this social experiment has been going on for so long, and my opinion and my world's experience, I think we all got along better years ago. And I think this race thing is going too far. I don't know why. I mean, John, me, I don't think there's any racist people in this room. We all get along. I don't know why everything is about race now. I don't understand. More and more people are working.
Okay.
Our economy is doing much better. So why can't we all work together?
Kanye on him. She bought the Kanye on him.
I let you speak. And because there are things you don't understand, I'm going to explain them to you, hon.
All right, Angel.
There are things you don't understand because you don't live them. You don't drive down your street and worry when a police officer gets behind you.
Right.
You don't worry if you're going to make it home to your child just because you're walking down the street that has drug activity. You don't worry about where your next meal is going to come from. You don't worry about these things.
I got to cut you off there. I do worry about my next meal sometimes because I live check to check, just like mostly everyone else.
I let you speak. You are going to let me speak. Until you live these things, you will never understand them. Therefore, the only position that you should play is to nod your head in agreement and understanding that there are people in this world that go through these things. Race doesn't matter to you because you are not a person of color. That's why it does not matter to you. You can't understand why everything's about race. When we step out of this door, my skin color, the biggest organ on my body, is a representation of me.
Right.
When I walk into a corporate building, people not knowing who I am, I will get stopped and asked for my ID in a corporate building just because of the color of my skin.
I agree.
When 4 or 5 other white women will walk past me with the same type of suit that I have on and not be stopped and asked for ID. You will never understand what we go through.
Right.
And you are choosing, cognitively, choosing to not understand it. And that, me and you had this online debate. This is what makes you a racist. When you do not acknowledge the pain and stress and aggravation that people of color are going through, when you make fun of how they talk, when you sit up here and say,
make fun of how you talk, S-U-M.
Saying to you, you may not be blatantly racist, but you are a closet racist, sir.
I'm not racist at all.
If you could tune into anything that man says, Mango Mussolini, Captain Cheeto, if you could tune into anything that he says and agree with it, you are a racist, sir. I will not lend my name and my reputation to anything that I do not agree with. Even with Obama, when it came to the West Bank and Libya and all of that, I spoke up against that even though I was for Obama. You will not. You will blindly follow this man no matter what he says. You spoke about tax cuts. Tax cuts, really? Your premium, you haven't even checked this number. Like I said, I'm going to change your whole life. Your premium just went up by 20%.
No, it hasn't.
For your insurance. You didn't even check that. That $100, that's probably about $55 you're really getting because your premium...
No, it was $100 extra in my check.
That's how they recovered that money.
How do you get $100? I didn't even see that much money.
You do not know facts. You're tuning into him because you like how he speaks about black and brown people. And that is the bottom line.
I haven't heard him say anything bad about black people. What are you talking
I
about?
will not let you
That's not
use
a
the
good
fact
check,
that my
honestly.
wife is
I'm worried about the jobs and economy.
It has no bearing. It has
I gotta pay
absolutely no bearing on your inner feelings. You are the racist people that sit here and are in Bank of America when we come to go apply for loans and deny us. You are that
I get
person.
denied by loans
You are
too.
that closet
My
racist
credit
person
sucks.
That has their certain prejudice.
Stupid.
So I'm not much different from you then.
Oh, I have black friends. You have spoken.
I never said I have black friends. You're putting words in my mouth now. You're the one bringing it up. I never brought it up. So everything with you is skin color then. So then you're the one who's racist.
Word from the Trump supporter playbook. Everyone.
Trump supporter playbook. You're in the Hillary supporter playbook.
No.
Where's your
she's
pink
not.
pussy hat?
Oh.
I go back and forth.
Did you knit that yourself?
And the same thing that you
You can show me you can knit, right?
What is the pink pussy hat? What is the pink pussy hat?
The pink pussy hat is from the Women's March. A whole bunch of women paid for Hillary's inauguration. So Hillary want to waste the money, so they decided to have a march.
Can I say one thing, caller? Can I stop you for
Hold
1
on,
second?
Angel.
Let me
Let's
stop you,
hear-
Angel, for 1 second. Now, I want to just jump in for one moment with you, Matt. You're saying because of everything that she's stating that she's a Hillary supporter. No, she's not. She's basically stating to you because of the fact that you do not walk in this skin, that you may not understand all of the strifes that go along with being a black
No, I don't
person.
understand.
Okay, so that's what she's saying, but you brought it right back.
I don't
to
walk in
politics.
your shoes.
It has
I only walk in
nothing
my
to do with
shoes.
being
Hold
a
on, can we
Hillary
hear from-
supporter.
Now, can we hear from John Doe? He is a black man, and he's been itching to say something.
Go ahead, John Doe.
John Doe, please speak.
So this is my opinion.
Speak up. Pull the mic a little closer to you.
All right, this is my opinion. First of all, I am a black man, and I have been harassed by white people, cops. I dealt with I go out my house, but I'm not afraid because the way I was taught. Why am I afraid of somebody that breathes the same air as I do? I pray every time I go out the house. So when people start worrying about what's going to happen, then shame on you, because why do you care what people think of you? I'm proud to be black. I know Matt for many years, and no, he's not racist. I'm not saying it because of what he does, but he's not racist. I don't care what nobody says about me. At the end of the day, he's a good dude with a good heart. But people are taking it just because of who he voted for. I might, just like a basketball team, I might like a basketball team. You might not like them because you're not from that city. You can't say that. You can't judge nobody for what people do. So at the end of the day, yes, I've been harassed. I've been in a cop car when you had 7 black people in a cop car. How do you do that? So I did all that stuff. So why do I care what people do? So when I go through a situation like that, it makes me a bigger person. It makes me stronger. Yes, do I say this whole country we live in has racism? Yes, I still say we're still in slavery. Yes, a lot of times we are. But you don't judge every white person. You don't judge every black person for that, what other people do. That's just my point.
Now, Rob, I have to interject here.
Okay.
Because John Doe obviously cares about what people think because he's John Doe. Okay?
First of all,
We need a bomb for that. That's some bomb right there.
First of all, no. First of all, if you know my situation, what I'm about to do, now you're playing yourself. Now you're playing yourself. Now you're playing yourself.
That just went out the window.
First of all, if you know what I'm trying to do for my family, so you got no reason to say nothing. So you can run your mouth where you want to. First of all, I'm going for a job. You need to mind your business. Because first of all, you don't know me.
She thinks she knows you, though. She thinks she knows me before I even said a goddamn word.
Man, come on, get up out of here. You sound about corny as everybody else, yo. First, man, come on, yo. You stupid, yo. You stupid, man. You say anything.
First of all, why is she stupid? Because she's speaking.
Well, first of all, don't play me like that because you don't know my lifestyle. You don't know what I'm going for. So how dare you disrespect me? You don't know me like that.
John Doe, kind of, sort of, you are worried because you don't want people to see you up here because of your job, because of what you have going on. So it's not that you care, but inadvertently you do care.
But first of all, if I'm out here and a bunch of y'all acting crazy on this thing, first of all, I'm just giving you an opinion. And first of all, then I'm gonna get up here and jeopardize myself.
No. We're not
Come
saying
on.
jeopardize yourself. What I just basically said is inadvertently, because of what you have going on for yourself.
No, I agree with you.
Right. You do
about
care what is thought. You know how you're perceived and what you have going for yourself. I agree with you. Like
First
I
of all,
can't say that
I'm
you're
somebody
wrong.
that's trying to make it for my family. So if I'm gonna get up here and act out like a lot of y'all doing and acting crazy, then that's not my style. Because first of all, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like a nigga. I'm not like that.
But who is acting like a nigga right now?
This chick, I'm not mad with you.
No, she's not acting like a nigga either. She's articulating herself.
Angel.
Show your face.
First of all, if you want to see my face, you give me your number and I'll FaceTime you. We can do one-on-one.
You say it's invalid.
He
I'm
would
sorry.
FaceTime you.
So you have the courage to show
Give me your
face.
number and I'll FaceTime you one-on-one. You can see my face. Straight up. You want to see my face that bad? Give me your number. I'll FaceTime you.
No, I don't need no.
Well, then
I mean that you are
don't come at me like that. Then don't come at me like that.
You want people to take you seriously. If you sit here
Yo,
and
you know
say,
what?
"Oh, other people's opinions don't matter."
First of all, that's what's wrong with a lot of people like you. Your mind is like, yo, the way you think is crooked.
9 times out of 10, everyone knows who you are.
Man, come on.
You cannot hide.
I don't care with nobody. Listen, at the end of the day, if I wasn't going for my job, I would put my face up here. But like I said, at the end of the day, I don't sleep with y'all, so I don't worry about y'all.
Don't speak.
First of all, I'm grown. You not my mother. I can say whatever I want to say. First of all, you don't know me like that. I don't care what you say.
Angel, I will say whatever I got to say, and
Like I said, come see about me. Come see about me. Like I said, come see about me. If you want to see my face so bad, we'll FaceTime one-on-one.
No matter what, I will take the flight. No matter what.
Like I said, you could do that, but like I said, I'm not worried about you. I'm not worried about you at all. Listen, that's your problem now. Like I said, at the end of the day, you're not God, so I don't have to answer to you. You're not God, so I have to answer to you.
To your comment, this is not the same guy.
Speaking to Matt, and you took over. But
first of all, Rob asked me to say something. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I was being respectful because he asked me to say something. Man, come on.
You all Facebook thumbnail and show your face.
Like I said, if you want to see my face,
well, we're all thumbnails on Facebook, to be honest with
your
you.
face is affecting a lot of people out here.
How is it affecting people?
Trump, your support of Trump will
He didn't even say he's a Trump supporter. You're assuming again.
The people that you care about know that you would side with a person.
First of all, I didn't vote for Trump. I voted for Hillary. So if you want to say like that, I voted for Hillary.
Is subpar to America, to a country that you have never been to, that you have never visited. You go by what this media states to you, sir. I don't go by what the media states to me.
Angel, you now addressing
my own thoughts and
Matt?
my own feelings. You scream fake news.
Angel.
When 9 times out of 10, the things that you are taking in from Trump, that's real fake news, sir.
Angel, are you addressing John Doe or are you addressing Matt?
No, I was addressing Matthew. John Doe is a Facebook thumbnail to me. He is the little gray guy.
That was a Facebook thumbnail. What is a Facebook thumbnail? I ain't never heard of that before. That's a good one.
You know, I don't pay attention to him. What
I don't pay attention to
Angel, you should have worked that easy for him with us. We would have had a great time.
For years to come. And you need to take full accountability for that. Whoever that is in your life who is a person of color, be it black, Puerto Rican, Muslim, they know that you would side with that person above them, above people that you interact with in real life.
If Donald Trump somehow started affecting people of color in my family or different races, I'd be against Donald Trump.
Play the racist bingo all you want.
What racist bingo? You're the one playing bingo, babe.
Bingo. I have black friends all you want, but I want to tell you. Thing that happens because this man is in office. I had 3 friends that were supposed to work for the IRS when Trump got in office.
They got to get rid of the IRS.
They were doing bad at the time. They had gotten a job with the IRS. Trump put a hiring freeze in on the IRS.
Good.
Those 3 people that I knew that had children that wanted to work, like you said, giving jobs.
Well, then they got to look for other jobs. I'm sorry, that sucks.
He did not care about that.
Well, you got to keep going and look for other jobs. Life sucks, but you got to keep going. You got to pick yourself up and keep going. You can't let nothing hold you down.
She couldn't even start her job.
Well, she's got to keep going and look for another job. It will happen.
Do you have children? Do you have...
I have children.
Oh, she hung up.
She hung up, Matt.
Good.
Now, John Doe.
I've never seen so much hate in my life.
Let me ask you this: do you think Trump is a racist?
Do I think he is?
Yes.
To be honest, some of the stuff that he does, I think. But at the end of the day, like I said, I didn't vote for him. I voted for Hillary.
Okay.
I'm not mad. Like I said, I'm not mad because opinion is opinion, is not fact. So anybody in this room can have their own opinion. But a lot of things that he does, do I agree with it? No, I don't.
Okay.
But that's just my opinion. Some of the things he talks about, trying to bring jobs back, I agree with that. But people not working, staying on the state that's lazy, yes, I agree with that. But do I think he's racist in some parts? Some things he says, yes, I agree with that. But I didn't vote for him.
Let's grab this caller right quick and see. It's the Raw Report caller. What's up? Talk to us.
Hey, Rod, it's College Girl, aka Coco.
Hey, what's going on, Coco?
I just wanted to call in. First and foremost, hi, Kikity. How you doing?
Hey, Coco, I miss you. Where you at?
I'm chilling right now.
Okay.
I wanted to call in and weigh my opinion on multiple things.
Okay.
First and foremost, Matthew, I do feel like everybody is attacking you and calling you a racist based on the fact that you are a Trump supporter. However, I feel like you can't be mad that people are doing that just off the strength that you are affiliating yourself with somebody who is seen as a racist and who actually showed that he was a racist. That's like if the Ku Klux Klan was to march down Dixwell right now, and you're like, oh well, I like the color of their hoodie. So
Yeah, they would take me right in just by looking at me.
You're automatically be seen as somebody that's a part of that Klan. You understand what I'm trying to say? And it's like the fact that how many black friends you have, whatever the case may be, that doesn't mean anything because I have a white friend, but I'm not racist. I only have one white friend though. You know what I'm trying to say? So that doesn't play a factor in anything. However, I just feel like you can't be upset that people are affiliating you with being racist, seeing as you are openly affiliating yourself with someone that is seen as racist.
Can I say one thing
It's
too?
kind of redundant to me.
Listen, everything you're saying I agree with.
I'm not upset.
But what I will say to you like this, black people in this country do have it harder than anybody. I will say that. We have more struggle than anybody. But when it comes to the racist thing, like I said with Matt is not racist, but yes, we in this country, all black people, I'm not saying just blacks, Puerto Ricans, Indians, we all have it bad. That's what I will say, and I agree with everything you're saying.
We do all have a day, however, you can't say that the struggle for people of minorities is the same as the struggles with Caucasians.
And I agree with you 100%.
I never said it was.
No, I'm not saying that you are, but what I'm saying is you can't relate the two. Granted, yes, everybody does have their struggle days. However, the struggle for us is 10 times, 100 times more worse than it is for you. Now, as far as John Doe, when he was like, oh, if nobody see racism wouldn't happen. No, unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. In a perfect world, yeah, it would be like that. However, again, you cannot be racist and still see racism. If racism is being done, you can't help but to call a racist a racist.
Right.
So it's not that easy. At the end of the day, it's a lot of shit that's going on around here that shouldn't be going on. We are being discriminated against, and unfortunately, it's 10 times worse for a black female because we're being discriminated against as far as our skin color and the fact that we are females on top of that.
I agree with you 100%.
I totally agree with you on that. I got to agree with you. I said we agree with you on that as being a black woman, because I know with myself, I remember working for an employer. He said to me, you speak very well. And I'm like, I said, opposed to what? Like, I'm speaking English. So, so it's just like, I don't understand, I couldn't, that was the first time I ever was like directly in line with racism, because what was I supposed to be talking like? So yeah, black women do have a hard.
Can I check real quick? John Doe. I guess Alicia is saying that you're a coon, a porch monkey slash coon.
That's what.
Oh wow.
I mean, I don't know. I don't even know why I just said that.
That's why people like you are really ignorant.
I wouldn't consider you a coon.
No.
However, I would say this: you can't just say, "Oh, if nobody saw racism wouldn't exist." It's not that easy, especially you being a black male. You, of all people, should know that it's not that easy.
Right.
Y'all do when walking up the street, cops do stop y'all because y'all automatically resemble a suspect. You get what I'm saying? Just off the street that you're black and walking up the street, you get pulled over. I've seen it happen multiple times.
Can I say one thing to you though? I don't mean to cut you off.
So it's like for you to sit there and be like, oh, that's ignorant that everybody has that mindset. Now we have to have that mindset. And unfortunately, we do have to teach our kids, our black kids. You know, when you see a cop, don't put your hands in your pockets. Make sure your hands are visible. Make sure you speak respectfully. Make sure you're doing this. Make sure you're doing that. And it's sad that we do have to do that.
It's a police problem too.
But can I say just one thing? I don't mean to cut Matt off. And everything you're saying, I agree with you 120%.
I'm having a hot
What I'm saying to you is that me being a black male that I am, I teach my kids. At the end of the day, my kids are mixed. I teach them racism is out there. But don't look at people for their skin color, look at them for their heart. Now, yes, I've been pulled over by cops. I've been in a cop car with 7 black people. So I understand where you're coming from. But when a cop pulls me over, yes, I do roll my windows down. I know how to keep it caution because at the end of the day, my skin color does play a big factor. So everything that you're saying, I'm not mad with you. 120%, I agree with you. So that girl calling me a coon, that's like, to me, that's stupid.
John Doe, you said your children are. So is your wife? Your wife is
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican. Okay.
So, alright, so I completely understand you. Hold on. I said no. I completely understand what you're saying, but here's my thing. It's hard this is where I feel like you're contradicting yourself because you're saying
Now, Coco, who are you talking to, John Doe?
Yeah, John Doe, I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is where I feel as though you're contradicting yourself because you're saying that, you know, you try to teach your kids not to see racism, but at the same time you're saying, oh yeah, when I get pulled over, I know I have to roll the window down and do all this. In a way, that's being racism. And I'm not doubting you for doing that because at the end of the day, you have to do what you do have to do to protect yourself. But to sit up here and say, oh, people that see racism is ignorant, but then you take precautions so that you're not seen as a threat, it's contradicting. You understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. And like I said, I'm not mad at anything you're saying. But what I'm saying at the end of the day, every morning I'm dressed in black. I get up, I'm in black. So there's nothing I can change my skin color. But whatever I deal with is just because of the world that we live in. So like I said, at the end of the day, I agree with what you're saying.
And I completely understand what you're saying as well. Unfortunately, we can't change our skin colors.
We can't.
If there was a simple solution to fix racism, I'm pretty sure it would have been fixed. However, my thing is, now I'm going back to you, Matthew. The fact that you, and I understand you're saying you voted for Trump off the fact that you felt as though he can build the economy up, and that's completely fine. However, that's one quote unquote positive to his many negatives.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like the fact that you voted this person into office for this one positive and disregarded all these negatives, that's not doing anything but putting us in a negative state.
Well, I personally don't think he's doing anything racist towards African Americans. That's my opinion.
Oh my God!
Do you think he's doing anything positive for the country overall, aside from
the tax break? Look at the job rate. Look at the unemployment rate.
But you have to also admit, Matt, you need to also
admit. That's what we need.
Matt. Just like when Obama took office a year after Bush left, he inherited all of the negativity from Bush. So you also have to take take into consideration.
$20 trillion in debt. He didn't create anything, Obama. He made it worse.
You're right. He didn't create everything Obama. He spent the entire year trying to eradicate and erase everything Obama. That's what he's been doing all year.
George Bush Jr. was horrible. Obama was a million times worse than that guy. He didn't end any wars. He didn't do anything. He didn't create any jobs.
worse than George Bush?
Wait.
How was George? How was he worse than George Bush?
Did he take us out of the Middle East? Look at Libya. That's martial law. He took the government out of there. He had Gaddafi assassinated. There's no government in Libya anymore. ISIS rose up because of Barack Obama. ISIS gave guns to the Syrian rebels. Barack Obama gave weapons to the Syrian rebels. They became ISIS. Eric Holder gave guns to the Mexican drug cartels. Well, what about all that stuff? What about Benghazi? No one ever says an ill word about that guy. The only reason why they don't say anything about him is because of his skin color. He was horrid.
That's inaccurate. Everything that has been bad that was said about Obama was due to his skin color, so I completely disagree.
What do you do? You ever listen to the media? They never said one bad word about him. The only media source that criticized Obama was Fox News. No one else.
Comment on that, so I can't confirm or deny anything that you're saying. That's something that I will have to research. However, what I will say is, if that stuff
20 trillion in debt.
The things that he have done to build this country up and to take us out of the debt that George Bush put us in.
He didn't do anything. He put us more into a debt. What are you talking about? What about the stimulus package? What was it, like almost $1 trillion? It was supposed to help our roads and bridges and have shovel-ready jobs. Nothing. Our infrastructure sucks. All that money that he took from us was supposed to help build that stuff.
And it still does.
Then he paid off Solyndra. He gave them $200 million.
Rebuilding our
then they went out and the money.
The elected official that we have now in office, which is Trump, which you voted for, instead of rebuilding the infrastructure, he wants to focus on $20 million
to rebuild
to rebuild the
now
wall.
we're against him.
He wants to rebuild it. He also wants to build his wall.
He put a plan to help our immigration system. The Democrats don't care about immigrants. They want to use that as a talking point so they can keep getting voted in.
He showed in different occasions that he was racist, that he was sexist, that he was all of these things. So again, I do understand that you're saying that you voted for him based off of that one positive, but those negatives.
I based off him because of all the negatives of the liberals.
Because at the end of the day, no, it's not. It's his actions.
The liberals are the worst.
He was caught on recording singing.
What it's done for anyone? What have they done for you? Have they helped feed your family?
What are you talking about?
Have they helped us get jobs?
Those are actual facts.
Because they keep squeezing them in taxes and regulations, so everyone goes overseas to save money.
Look like a shithole, to be completely honest. He's making our country look like a shithole.
No, it already looks like a shithole. Ever been to Central Florida?
He's making it look worse. And he's making it
You ever see some of those dirt road neighborhoods down there?
He's making it look worse. And he's making it look worse.
How? He's creating jobs. How does that make our country look worse? Makes our country look better.
All right, Rob, y'all have a nice night. I wish I was there for this one, but I'm chilling. I'm watching.
All right,
y'all enjoy the rest of that night.
Coco.
All right.
John Doe has left the stage. He had to get out of here. He's left the stage. Matt is still in the building. Kiki D is still in the building. We thank them for being here. This is not an easy one.
No,
it's not
at all.
It's not an easy one.
I got the bubble guts.
You got the bubble guts? So
a lot going on.
Now, do you believe that? Now they're saying Donald Trump unemployment is down, the lowest it's ever been for African Americans since. Do you think that's an Obama thing or it's a Trump thing?
No, it's a Trump thing. He's taken off all the regulations Obama put on all these businesses. So now they're enticed to hire because they have more money to spend.
Okay.
But it's like a double-edged sword, though, because in one way, it does help the big corporations, and a lot of those big corporations are really corrupt. Right. Like Walmart, they treat their employees like shit. Mm-hmm. They make billions and billions of dollars, and they don't want to pay. You know, I understand General Electric, all the big corporations. But on the other hand, when you start squeezing those guys, you're also squeezing the smaller businesses. And then they can't grow. And if these businesses, when you start taxing them, they take all this stuff out on their employees. They start cutting jobs. It's all about jobs, man. The more money a business has, the more they're going to spend, the more people they're going to hire.
Okay. Caller, go ahead. It's the Raw Report.
Yo, Rob, what up, man? This is Diamond D calling in, man.
Diamond D.
Hey, Diamond.
Kiki Matt, what's happening?
Hey, how you doing?
What's up?
I'm good. You know what the real issue is here, right?
Okay.
I don't really believe Matt's a racist. I just believe it's in his delivery and the tone and the style that he's speaking to the crowd. But also, too, I know I'm going to get flamed for this, but we have to be honest. Black people are some of the most racist people ever.
Oh, Diamond, wait a minute. You sure?
I'm going to... No, I listen to the speaker. Because, see, black people are some of the most racist people ever. Because, you know what? Black people have to be honest. When we go to McDonald's, right?
Right.
We say, yo, can we get somebody that can speak English to take our order? Yo, my order is never right. How are they hiring all these illegal aliens to work in all these jobs? We're saying these things, right?
Right.
Only black people saying that, though?
No, I say
So
it.
we're saying it.
Everybody says it.
We're saying it amongst each other, but then you have a president who's basically saying it to the world on a bigger platform. He's really saying what a lot of people are thinking, because nobody gonna be honest on this, because we all perfect in this Facebook. But we've all said something that, why are all these foreigners in our country? How are all these foreigners getting ahead? How are all these people doing these things? They need to go back to their country. We've all said it. Nobody don't want to be honest. That's the real deal. Nobody don't want to be honest. Well,
I can't agree with you, because I come from foreigners. You know what I'm saying? I'm a first American citizen for my family, so I really can't. I can't say that I can agree with you. We all are.
Is your family here legally?
My family's here legally.
Good for them.
Hold on. We don't foreigners, but we all have said this. I don't care who you are. You can sit there and pretend that you have never said nothing racist, but you.
Oh, I didn't say I never said nothing racist, but I wouldn't.
Wait. We look at the comments. We're out here calling that white boy this. He's racist. This. Now, if Matt turned around and said, "You know what? You niggas is talking reckless too," then we would want to lynch him because he said something racist. Tell me calling him a white boy is not racist, and I'm not defending him. And I'm a registered Republican since 1985.
Diamond, be careful.
Nah, I'm not going to be careful because I'm keeping it solid. I'm a registered Republican. I am a member of the Republican Party, because there's a lot of things that they stand for that I agree 100% with. A lot of things that the Democratic Party has done, I don't agree with. So I'm just going to leave it at that, because I see people telling me to hang up. But the bottom line, I'm 51 years old. I keep it 1,000 with everybody. Yeah, we racist. Black people are the most racist people on this planet, and we're never going to.
I agree with you, but we don't have the power to make. Listen, yes, black people do. We are racist. I'll give you that. But at the end of the day, I would say that we're more prejudiced than racist, because at the end of the day, we do not control any damn thing. All we can do is run our mouth and protest.
Control yourself.
Listen, hold up, Matt. Pump your brakes. I'm talking to Diamond right now. So what I'm saying is, only thing that black people control will be our own individual selves, right? We don't control the economy. We don't have jobs like that we can give to people. There are business owners. I'm not saying all black people. What I'm saying is, yeah, we could be racist, but our racism really does not affect the masses. All our racism does is basically conversations within and amongst ourselves.
So you're justifying racism?
No, I'm not justifying.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not justifying racism.
Yes, you are.
I agree to racism. I said that yes, black people.
But you're justifying you being a racist.
I didn't justify.
Yes, you did.
I I said we have more prejudice than racism because what we can do as we cannot. Okay, let's say it's wrong for either white or black to have hate. Okay, let me just break that down simply. I'm not saying that it's okay for black people to have racism and it's okay for white people to have racism, but what I am saying is that when black people have their rants, they cannot stop you from housing. They can't stop you from a job. They can't stop you from going to school. They can't stop you from doing nothing. All we can do is sit and run our mouths because we don't run any of those things that can actually impact your life. So yes, do we have racist tones and do we make racist statements and do we have say shit that's not right? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, the black people cannot really do anything that's going to affect the masses aside from protesting.
I disagree with that, Kiki.
I disagree big time.
Okay.
Why do we always... This is the problem with us. We got to march. We got to protest. We got to burn down our neighborhoods. We got to be destructive to our own when we have a protest. And a lot of things, folks, just keep it 100. We open up a black business. We don't even support our own. We won't even go and support black business. We'll find a reason to find something wrong. But we have power. We have all the power in the world. Black folks found something wrong with the movie Black Panther.
You're right.
They found Black Panther to be racist. The white man was trying to make us think we animals. The white man was doing this. It was crazy, but not knowing the people because y'all not into the comics like that. The director was black. The gentleman that works at Marvel Comics who okayed the project is black. But we still keep finding ways to attack each other.
Because because historically, Diamond, that's what this country has been accustomed to. We have been so conditioned to be against one another that we find fault before we even further investigate. Like, for example, I'm just going to throw a little caveat out here. Like, people were actually saying,
I'm going to just list it. I'm going to be a good.
All right, you're going to be a good listener.
Because you might go crazy on me.
I am on my best behavior tonight. But what I'm saying is, for example, black people, because I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm not even going to sit here and act like we are not at fault for some of the things that occur in our lives. Okay, we're talking about the Black Panther movie, right? I don't understand how there were any black people that actually compared it to the Black Panther movement. Like, the screen, like they showed you, what are those things called that they show you? The trailer showed you it was a comic. I mean, it stated it was a comic, but yet and still there were black people saying that they tried to make a mockery of the Black Panther movement. Like, so yeah, we are sometimes our own detriment. I mean, I'm gonna agree with that, but am I gonna say, do I love us? Hell yeah, I love us, because
I think Black Panther's like Donald Trump.
What you mean?
In the movie Black Panther, he had this big giant wall keeping everyone out to help his country, to keep his country wealthy.
Wait. But to an extent, like when you think about that, I like to.
And the Michael Jordan actor, the enemy, was like Black Lives Matter.
Hold on.
Wait, the Black Panther movie was just showing.
It's a comic book movie.
They were, yes, it was a comic book movie, but they were touched on some things that actually relate to what's going on today, because they were showing that you cannot just segregate yourself from the masses. You have to share the knowledge and everyone be a part of it.
And you have to protect your nation from outsiders.
And you have to protect your nation from outsiders. But you see how rich that country was when they didn't let colonizers come in and fuck their nation up, right? When they only dealt with themselves and they only had the other Wakawandans and other people from within the African nation there, and they didn't let it get subjected to being colonized. They were actually the richest and ahead of the game. But if you looked at in the Black Panther movie, how the people that were lack of melanin were speaking of, Wakawanda saying it's a third world country without further investigating. And that's kind of like what's going on today in this country, because a lot of times a lot of people will call it a shithole country without knowing the resources that are actually there.
So what resources does Haiti have?
Africa has one of the
I'm not talking about Africa.
No, but he said that African nations were shithole.
No, he said Nigeria.
No, he said African nations.
Oh, he didn't mean all.
No, I don't.
Look at Nigeria. You see what goes on there?
He said African nations. He didn't just say Nigeria. He said African nations. So when you say African nations, you lumped everything together. You didn't just specify one. You stated one. You said African nations, which means all of the continents within Africa. He was calling them all shithole countries. That's exactly what he said. Don't pull apart pieces to make it fit for
I'm
your
not pulling
narrative.
apart anything.
Because a lot of times people that are Trump supporters
Have you been to Africa?
No, and I plan on going. I absolutely plan on going, but I know enough not to consider it to be a shithole country before I actually step
So
foot in that country.
third world nation's not a shithole.
No.
How so?
They're underdeveloped countries, but they're not considered.
Why are they underdeveloped?
Because they're underdeveloped. They don't have the resources right now. They don't have the money. They're underdeveloped. That does not mean that you use a derogatory term like shithole. They're underdeveloped.
So you're that sensitive?
No, I'm not that
Talk
sensitive.
about a country you've never been to.
No,
that it bothers you and it turns into this racist thing.
How do you lump an entire? How do you lump all people?
Because
into
he says things that come right to his head.
But you're the fucking president. You can't just say what comes to head.
Those nations are a shithole.
Diplomacy.
They suck.
You have to practice diplomacy, and that's why a person that does not have any political.
You see what goes on in Ethiopia, Sudan, Somalia? They're shitholes. Straight up, absolute fucking shitholes. Why would anyone want to go there? They kill each other every single day.
They kill each other every single day.
They mutilate women's private parts over there. It goes on all the time. They kill children all the time over there. Oh yeah, what a great place. They have a lot of natural resources there.
Caller, go ahead.
Yo, Rob, what's up, man? This is Jaleel, man.
Jaleel, talk to us, Jaleel. What's going on, brother?
A couple of things I want to address, man. First of all, Diamond called in. And he talked about black people being... First of all, black people can never be racist. We don't control nothing here. Let's make that clear.
Okay.
Secondly, this is for Matt. Matt said those countries are underdeveloped. Why are they underdeveloped?
No, I said they're underdeveloped.
Because, well, why? White people go in there and they steal all the resources out and they don't give back.
Right.
You understand? If Matt ever went there, to any one of those countries that he's talking that's a shithole?
Yeah.
Which one?
Have you ever been to anyone
No, and I wouldn't go there.
Why?
I have no desire to go there. I want to go in the Caribbean and vacation.
If you ain't got a platform to stand on, a leg to stand on if you've never been there. You can't just say because Trump said
Have you been there?
agree with him. That's some bullshit.
Have you been there?
This is my third country I've lived in. Damn right I've been there. Been a lot of places.
Me too.
Jaleel, I've
been all over the world, brother.
No, I was born in South America, but I've been in a lot of other countries. This is my third country that I've lived in.
Okay.
So I know what I'm talking about. He can't talk about
I know what I'm talking about too. I've been all over the world. I was in the United States Air Force.
Okay, so what countries?
I've been all over the world.
So basically,
Afghanistan, Okinawa, Germany.
What
United States,
have you gone to?
Florida. Okay. That's a different fucking country, bro. It's a shithole.
Okay.
Absolute fucking shithole, bro.
When you've been in the Army,
Nah, I was in the Air Force, pal.
You're fighting against people that never did anything to you. Just because...
I ain't fighting against anyone.
Yeah, why are they shitholes?
Because they are.
Gaddafi. Because Gaddafi was going to help his people and everybody in those countries that you said.
They killed Gaddafi because he stopped using American currency. That's bullshit. Every country that stops using American currency, we invade.
We don't even print money. The Federal Reserve print. Wait till the government is about to go...
Use it in almost every country. American money is good almost everywhere.
So why is the war taking place? Because those are those countries that don't spend American money over there, and that's why you guys are over there.
Well, some of the countries that stop using American currency just find it funny. We always seem to invade.
Absolutely. Because you...
Yeah, I agree with you on that, bro.
Control the shit. But you can't.
We shouldn't be over there. We should mind our own business.
Okay, you said you want to travel to the Caribbean. What Caribbean countries do you want to go to? I have a quick question.
I've been to the Bahamas. I'd like to go to Trinidad, Tobago.
But you
Jamaica.
Jamaica, right? So I'm Jamaican, right? Now you do realize that Jamaica is considered a third world country, right?
Right. I would just stay on the resorts.
Okay, but you just stated that you won't go to and if you consider third world countries shithole.
A lot of those places don't have resorts, my dear.
To my country,
I'll go to a resort.
Okay, so you don't think any of those other countries? Well, you go to West Haven Beach. Shit, that got.
I stay away from that. That place is nasty. It's disgusting. The Long Island Sound is nasty.
Matt, you said you voted for Trump, right?
Yes.
Okay, so in this day and time, right? I'm gonna break it down to you. In this day and time, you still voting, right? So let me ask you a question: Is the United States considered a country or a corporation?
It's a nation.
United States is a federal corporation.
It's a nation.
Look it up. Go to the United States Code. It's a federal corporation. So the question I'm going to ask to you and other people that still vote, the question is, if we know the United States is a federal corporation, right? So let's say you own a corporation, Matt.
Yep.
And you got a CEO, and your CEO decided he wants to quit, and you got to find another CEO.
Mm-hmm.
And you got 10,000 employees working for you. Do those 10,000 employees have a say-so in who you appoint as your next CEO?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
That's a good question.
Do they have a say-so in who you appoint for the next CEO?
Well, they should.
But they don't. So saying that to say this, if we understand that,
so I don't have a say in who gets voted in as our leader?
Matt, if we understand that the United States is a federal corporation and all corporation rules apply to corporations, why the hell are you still going to vote when you know you don't have a say-so in who the next CEO is going to be? Donald Trump is doing exactly what they selected him to do.
Who selected him? I was one of the people that selected him.
No, you didn't. Your vote don't count. I just told you.
Yeah, it does. It counts.
Corporation. I'll tell you where to go look for it. Look it up in the United States Code, right? 28, section 3000.
You know he be.
Section 15.
It goes on point.
Go look. Since 1881, the United States became a federal corporation. Look it up. So if it's a corporation, because any country that got a president is a corporation, only kings and queens rule. Let's make that clear. So we're dealing with a corporation here. Donald Trump is the CEO of this corporation, and you don't need to be. You don't need to.
We need our country to be run like one right now.
So how do you feel about his tweets? Do you think that all this?
I think they're savage. I think he's a fucking awesome. He's a fucking savage. I love it.
It don't matter. They're giving you a choice, and you feel as though that it matters, but it don't matter.
You think he's mentally competent to still stand as the president?
Absolutely. He's a successful businessman.
Most of his businesses failed.
Not most of his businesses. A couple of them failed.
A lot of them failed.
He turned $1 million into billions. How is he a failure?
For business.
Exactly.
We're doing business here, people.
That's right.
We're doing business. That's why you pay.
Make America great again.
Well,
that's the business I'm in.
When you go to court, traffic court, child support court, any court.
We know you go to child support court.
We're doing commerce here. There's no justice here. You got money, you get ahead. You don't have any.
That's true.
You stand behind.
Rich privilege. I agree.
That is absolutely
That's very true.
The question to you is, Matt. The question to you is, do you believe in white privilege?
Yeah, to some extent, I do.
Huh?
I think there is such thing to some extent. Yeah.
Well, white privilege, listen, white privilege only exists because white folks will fight for us if we lose our job. They'll go to court if we suing somebody. But they'll never fight for us to be equal. Because the minute we come equal, you lose your white privilege.
That's a good perspective. I never heard that before. Say, I'm learning something.
Let us all be equal. And then
I would love for all of us to be equal. That'd be awesome.
We don't have it. Because now, what is there to fight for? You equal as me, so guess what? There ain't nothing to fight for because we equal.
Well, if
$100 million,
I look at you as my equal, I believed I served in the United States military to serve for you and everyone else. That was my belief.
Let me ask you a question. What are we defending, Matt? What the hell are we defending? You go in the army and you fight. What are you fighting? Because most of us, we go in the army and we fight against the Arabs, we fight against the Vietnamese, and then when we come back to this country right here, so-called black people, the Vietnamese and all the people that we fought, they got a store in every corner. We can't even get a goddamn one.
Well, we could never. We lost. We haven't won a war since World War II.
We can't even get one. But you over there fighting for what? For the 2%?
1%.
Because what are we fighting for? I'm still trying to figure out what we're fighting for.
That's a good question.
What has somebody done to us? What are we fighting for? We got a fleet of army in every country.
Well, if you understand, Jalil, war generates revenue. So we're not fighting for anything other than to generate revenue into the country. So so these wars are created because we need money. You keep on going to war. You keep people employed.
Yeah, but that's not the case anymore. The war spending has actually helped put us into debt.
Right.
Back in the day, that was true, especially during World War I, World War II. It's not true anymore. We got to get everyone out of there. We got to bring them home. We got to worry about our borders.
Then you talked about immigrants of being here. Listen, this is our land. Let's make that clear.
Illegal immigrants. I'm not talking about immigrants. We're a nation of immigrants.
Yes, we are a nation of immigrants.
Excuse me?
We didn't come from Africa. We've been here.
I never called you an immigrant.
He wasn't talking about black people being immigrants,
Jalil. You guys were talking about immigrants and people being here legally and not illegal and all that.
No. Here's what I'm trying to say. When the media puts some guy that's been here for 30 years and he's still an illegal citizen and he's getting deported and his poor family, or her, because they've been here for 30 years, 20 years, and they have not decided to actively try to become a legal citizen.
Do you know what the process is?
I don't know what the process is, but my grandmother was a slave in a Nazi death camp, and she was liberated after the war, and she came here and became a legal citizen.
Matt, but here's the thing then, this is what I say to you then. Then all white folks that's here need to leave the goddamn country, go get right, and come back in the right way. Because this is not your land. If you want to talk about illegal immigrants, then all of you guys are illegal.
This is our land.
All the white folks,
it's your land too.
Go get their paperwork and have them come back. If you want to be fair.
No.
No, you can't have it both ways now. You can't have it both ways.
Well, we took over the land.
Listen.
The Indians did bad things to us too. We just happened to win.
Wait.
It took hundreds of years, but we just happened to win. This is our land, man.
I'm gonna have to jump in because the Indians can't do bad things to you if you were coming. That's like me walking up in your house.
It already happened.
Your
Manifest destiny is over.
I know, but
this is our land, United States of America.
Whose land?
And the Indians' land too.
But whose land is it? When you say
ours,
like our in terms of everybody, right? Like everybody that's a U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Matt, are you understanding what I'm saying here? You got to.
You're a U.S. citizen, correct?
Absolutely.
So it's your land too.
Yes, it is. Ooh.
You got to at least agree with what I just
said.
But
what does that even mean? Why distinguish? Of course, I'm a U.S. citizen.
No, repeat the question.
The question was, we're talking about the immigrants and the land. So I said to you, if that's the case, then every white folks that's in this country are immigrants and they need to leave and go get their paperwork right and then come back.
Every white folk?
Can I ask a question? Why did you specifically ask me?
Because the way you present yourself is that you were an immigrant.
How? I said I am a first American citizen and my family are immigrants. So
yeah, you said your family's here legally. This is their land.
So why did you ask me if I'm an immigrant or not?
Because I forgot what you said.
Oh.
You can't be a citizen of this land. The Constitution already said that. Anyone of African descent can never be citizen of this land. What it's telling you, this is your land. You can't be a citizen of somewhere that belongs to you.
The Constitution has been amended. What do you mean if you're from African descent, you can't be a citizen of this land? I never heard of that.
Listen, the Constitution said it. You can't find it. You gotta go look for it. Go look for it. It's Article 13, Amendment 14. Go look at it. You can't probably find it. But what Lincoln said, what Abraham Lincoln said was, anyone of African descent could never be citizen of this land. What is he saying? He's saying this is your land and you cannot be citizen of it. Go and look at the Dred Scott decision. Go look at the Dred Scott decision
but
from
you are a citizen.
From 1856.
You're a citizen, correct?
You cannot be a citizen.
Well, I never heard of that before.
Any so-called black person that's in this land can never be citizen because this is your land. How are you gonna be a citizen of somewhere that you already is? You could become a citizen from somewhere that you're not. Like if I came from Spain and I want to be a citizen of the United States, I gotta fill out paperwork because I'm African.
All right, so now you got me lost. Like I'm a little lost. So you're trying to say that? Okay, Ori, let me just make Jalil.
I'm a little deep, but I'm sorry.
No, it's not about being deep. It's like you kind of like because first you're saying the Indians inhabited this country first, right? So how are you saying that Africans can't be citizens to their land when we were brought in from Africa? So of course we can be citizens to this land.
That's what they told you. You were brought in from Africa. You were already here. You were already here.
What
they did was put you on a boat, kick you out to the sea, turn you around, and bring you back and tell you came from somewhere. You were already here. You were already here. The original Indians look just like me and you. Let's make that clear. Not this shit you see in Hollywood. We are indigenous people of this land.
I thought the original Indians looked like people from Asia, Japan.
No. The Asians look like us. So when somebody tell me I look Asian, no, let's get it right. Them niggas look like me. Let's make that clear. And that's facts. It's not even up for debate. It's not even up for debate.
I never heard of that before.
We gotta let somebody else call in, fam.
Go ahead.
All right, thank you, bro.
Yep.
All right. Yo, listen, we're gonna do a quick commercial, y'all. We'll be right back. Please don't go anywhere. It's heated. It's nice. We're gonna go do a commercial. Let them guys refresh themselves. Don't go nowhere. It's the Raw Report. We'll be right back, y'all. Please hang in there with us.
Ooh, how about I have a...
Sexual abuse of a child exploits and degrades them. It can cause serious damage to social, emotional, and cognitive development of a child. Sexual abuse affects 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys before the age 18. Hi, my name is Zanetta Berryman Cooper, founder of Speak Out Now. Speak Out's goal is to spread awareness of child sexual abuse and rape. We provide resources for victims, their families, and help with the overall healing process. For more information, please like and visit our Facebook page, Speak Out 203, or call 203-936-9396.
What's up? You know who it is. It's Rob D from the Raw Report. Check us out every Wednesday night from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Do you want to advertise your new brand? You want everybody to know about your new restaurant? Then come see us at the Raw Report. We got great pricing and we're always available. Check out the Raw Report every Wednesday night, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. and let them see your commercial. For more information, call 475-238-1686 or email us, therawreportshow@gmail.com. Tired of long, expensive contracts that you're stuck in for 2 years or more? Come on down to Evolution Cellular, where we have the latest iPhones and Android phones in stock now. And add a line for free for the month of January when you buy any phone at Evolution Cellular. We also have many accessories including phone cases, chargers, and much more. And bring your phone down right now and get 2 months free on the Boost Mobile network at Evolution Cellular. Come on down because our expert staff will put you in the right phone for your needs and price range. Got a broken iPhone? No problem at Evolution Cellular. We'll get that phone back up and running in no time. So come on down to Evolution Cellular so we can get you in that lovely iPhone or Android phone that you always needed. We're waiting on you, Evolution Cellular. We're here. Evolution Cellular, 454 Main Street, East Haven, Connecticut. Open Monday through Saturday, 9:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. What's up? You know who it is. It's Rob D from the Raw Report. Check us out.
Check engine light? Check this out. Star Tires Plus Wheels does alignments, brakes, shocks, wheel repair, suspensions, struts, batteries, and more. Over 30 years of trusted service to keep you on the road. Bring your car to Star and let us hook you up.
You're watching the Raw Report. All right, y'all, we're back. They took a little break. We got. Go ahead, caller. Talk your talk.
Hey, everybody. This is Lisa.
Hold up. Go ahead.
Hey, Kiki. Hey, Matt.
They stepped out from member. They come in right back. They had to go take care of something. They had to speak with somebody, like some promo stuff. But they coming right back.
Oh, everybody left when I called?
No, they didn't leave when you call. I think Matt especially wanted to speak to you because you're a white woman, and he wanted.
Yeah, I thought he might.
He hasn't gone anywhere. He's coming back. He hasn't gone anywhere. I think he wanted to speak to you because you are of Caucasian descent. Mm-hmm. To get your take on, like, you kind of came at him a little bit earlier, and we was trying to figure out why.
Okay, well, I'll tell him why. I have no problem with that.
Oh my God, Matt! he's coming. Don't worry. They had to go speak to somebody about some other stuff, and they're coming back momentarily. Don't everybody wait. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for watching. This I got to give Matt props and John Doe for coming on. John Doe is studying for something, and his face can't be shown at this time because it might impact what he's trying to do. Something real serious that he's trying to do.
I can understand not wanting to put your business up on Facebook because
No. He wouldn't. In other circumstances, he wouldn't mind putting his business on Facebook. It's just that he doesn't want it to impact what he's doing. I can
understand that. That's what I'm saying. It makes perfect sense to me. If I was looking for a job right now, I wouldn't be saying half the stuff on Facebook that I do. You know.
Okay.
But if you're gonna come up on the Roll Report, you know, maybe because of the stuff he's trying to do, he shouldn't have come at all, you know?
I was hoping my friend Kwani McNeil would call in because she's really on her stuff, but she didn't call in. So.
She was saying some stuff I was agreeing with.
Yeah, but we want her to call in. She's I don't know.
The lines have been tied up.
I know they have. Now, Matt is back in the building, Lisa.
Hey, Matt, how you doing?
Hey.
Matt, do you know who Lisa is?
Yeah, I think so.
Now, Lisa, this is what I said earlier. This is what I said. I said that Matt pretty much speaks his mind, and I thought that you were just being against him because you wanted everyone to like you, and since you're a white woman, you were afraid what he was going to say was going to, like, kind of bounce off and hit you.
No. Well, you know me, I speak my mind as well.
Okay.
And you know me, I've got many haters, and I don't try to, discourage them from their opinions. Bring it on. I'm not going to change my beliefs to change my haters into likers or anything like that. I'm gonna be straight.
Matt, did you speak to Lisa earlier?
What I said to him earlier is I said I was not going to judge him until I heard him speak. I was reserving judgment. But what he needs to understand is basically, so far what he has said, I would not paint him as a racist based on what he's said so far. I wouldn't call him out just on that, say he's a racist. However, who you associate with and who you support says something about you. Now, Trump has come out and denounced so many different groups. Immigrants, Mexicans, women,
illegal immigrants,
shithole countries, etc., etc., etc. The one group of people that he has not come out and denounced are these white supremacist groups that helped get him elected. Okay?
They didn't help get him elected.
Let me just finish. In doing so, okay, in not denouncing them, in not denouncing the Klan and neo-Nazis and, white supremacists, he is basically supporting them. Because if you don't stand up against a hateful racist group, you are basically saying it's okay. And so, regardless of the racist comments he's made, the Pocahontas shit, the shithole countries, all of that.
Pocahontas for Elizabeth Warren? She lied about being a Native American. I think that's a great comment for her.
Even if it weren't for the comments.
So, it's okay for her to lie about being a Native American to get into college or a job, but it's horrible for him to call her Pocahontas.
Yes.
Great-great-granddaughter had no problem with what he said.
This man is not just a man. He is no longer just a businessman, a private businessman.
Yeah, he's your president.
Represents our country. He represents the people of the United States of America. And he is not presidential. The rest of the world is lacking.
That's why I like him.
Him and his Twitters, him and, his inability to read a teleprompter.
He's making us work again.
He's a joke, all right?
He's a joke, doing a great job bringing back jobs.
Group shows that he is.
He doesn't support any white supremacist group. He denounced David Duke, who's irrelevant. He denounced Charlottesville. He said both groups were at fault, which they were. Antifa's not a terrorist group. Antifa's not bad. I think they're worse than white supremacists. There's only like 13 of them left.
Excuse me? Honey, you need to pay a little.
Do you ever see how many people are still in the Klan? It's like 2,000. And that other group that carried tiki torches and had little mustaches, they're really a big deal in getting him elected?
So
what are you talking about?
Is the Klan.
So who do you think was instrumental in getting him
elected? The Klan is almost non-existent. They're a joke.
Okay, so
no one likes them.
You may have a few black friends, honey, okay? But the fact that you're
I don't have any Klan friends.
Whether white privilege exists just goes to show.
I said it still may exist, to some extent.
To some extent, but if you were paying attention to what goes on in America, you'd know.
I do pay attention that goes on in America. That's why I voted for Trump.
Society. You're not paying attention.
I am. Look at are you paying attention to our economy? Are you paying attention to our debt? Does that matter to you?
Keep going back to the same. What about all the other things that are lacking?
Like what?
Okay, all the promises that he made.
What about all the promises Obama made?
This is not about Obama. We're talking about Trump. This is not.
So what promises has he broken? The wall?
Well, he was so hell bent against repealing Obamacare, he can't do that. He's unable to do that.
He repealed some of it. He's still working on it.
And Medicaid.
You bet your ass it's going to be gone.
How do you feel about Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid?
I pay into Social Security. I want to keep that.
Okay, because you don't want to be working when you're 90, right?
No, that's why I have a 401k.
Oh, so you won't need Social Security, is what you're saying?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. So should we do away with it?
No, because everyone pays into it. If you're going to do away with it, give the money back to everyone who's paid into it.
Well, it's already shown that the system is breaking down already because the baby boomers are coming of age. And there is not enough money.
The baby boomers are of age. They're in their 60s, 70s, and 80s now.
Exactly. Therefore, there are problems with that system. So
I think LBJ, was that LBJ or FDR that started
more
it?
Attractive.
Both liberal Democrats.
The Democrat solution?
What's that?
Do you find the Republican solution more attractive than the Democrat solution? Do you think we should do away with Medicare and Medicaid? Do away with everything Obama put in place?
Yeah, anything he put in place, get rid of.
Wow.
So what about the disabled?
Why?
What about currency?
The only people I think we should help are the people who can't help themselves.
And there are many.
I feel bad. I feel bad for what Dan Malloy did to the state of Connecticut. He got rid of School of the Blind, all the, help me out here. The state mental.
I'm not going to help you out, honey, because you don't know what you're talking about.
I do know what I'm talking about. You don't know what you're talking about.
Dan Malloy is
He's the worst governor we've ever had.
Still have Medicaid coverage. It was done away with for the end of the last fiscal year.
Why did he get rid of the Department of Mental Retardation?
It's still in effect.
No, it's not. He got rid of it.
No,
he can't balance a budget, and he got rid of it. He got rid of the School of the Blind.
The deadlines keep getting pushed back. He's trying to work with.
No, he's not. He got rid of it. What are you talking about?
Check your facts, son. Check your
It is my facts. Look it up.
The deadline keeps getting pushed back so that it can keep operating.
He got rid of it.
But don't try and tell me I'm in that system, okay?
You're in what system,
now,
Lisa?
when you were talking about immigrants, you said that
illegal immigrants.
In this country,
Get it straight.
That's been in this country for 20 years and hasn't gotten together to become a citizen to get the fuck out, right?
Yeah, that's pathetic. Yes.
Okay, let me tell you something. You have no idea how difficult it is to obtain citizenship.
But you have 20, 30 years to do it. Why haven't you done it?
What?
If you have 20 plus years to do it, why haven't you done it yet?
Because there's so much
victim mentality.
Involved. I know people that are fighting for citizenship now. Okay? Mexicans, Muslims, and it is such a ridiculous process. They've applied 20 years ago and are still waiting. It's not like they're not trying. It's that the system is so messed up and built against them that they can't obtain it. This is where I'm saying you need to do your research and get your facts straight.
I do my research and get my facts straight.
And they just haven't tried to do anything. It's not about signing a form and sending it in. You have to get attorneys, okay? You have to go through years and years and years of ridiculous litigation, back and forth with all different agencies, people never getting back to you. It's not a simple process, okay? And the government makes it difficult for people who come here.
So it proves how inefficient our government is, right?
Yes. And it is stacked up against minorities and immigrants from any country that is not white. That's the way it works.
Do you know how much the lawyers cost? It costs $10,000 per person to file.
But we still have laws we have to follow.
But what I'm saying to you is, you act like it's an easy process. You act like
I didn't say it was an easy process.
Right, but
I said you still have 20 years to get it together.
Unjust laws. It is time for revolution. I'm paraphrasing, but Martin Luther King said that. Malcolm said there's so many different great leaders in our history who said that. Gandhi, when you have unjust laws, it is time for civil disobedience.
Okay.
Don't tell me that these illegal immigrants need to get the fuck out when they have been trying to become legal, and they are also doing the work that you refuse to do.
I don't refuse to do it. I'm not above or below anything. How do you know I refuse to do it?
So what about how do you feel about the DACA program? The Dreamers.
It's a joke.
So you think they should be sent back home?
They were given ultimatums. Democrats didn't want to work with them.
So, but my question to you is,
Schumer and Nancy Pelosi haven't done nothing yet. He put something on the table, and they refused to work with him.
But the original plan that they gave to Trump, he agreed to initially to sign it. He stated, anything you put before me, I will sign it, right? And that's what he stated to, what was Schumer? He stated to Schumer that he would sign whatever was placed before him when they came to the table with a plan for the Dreamers. And then when it came time, he totally went left. And so he has...
Trump can't get his lies straight, okay? He contradicts himself on the daily. He says
no, he doesn't.
One day,
no, he doesn't.
Day, he says the exact
what has he lied about? Besides the wall, what has he lied about?
Oh, honey, just look at his Twitter.
What has he lied about?
He contradicts himself.
Give me one thing he's lied about, besides not building the wall yet. You can't answer the question.
He hasn't repealed Obamacare.
All right, Lisa, we got to go. Let's call in.
I'm sorry, but thanks for letting me say my piece, hon.
Keep wearing your pussy hat.
Oh my God, yeah. What the fuck?
You in this pussy hat.
What? The pussy hat is what now?
You never saw them? With the little ears on them when they do the women's march because they hate men.
Okay.
They don't hate men.
Yes, they do.
No, it's not about hating men.
All man haters.
Want equality.
They hate masculinity.
No, they
masculinity is no bad thing in this country.
It was not.
We need more masculinity. That's why we got an alpha male as the president.
It was about
not a.
It was not about hating men, because a lot
it's
of
about hating men. They're mad Hillary lost.
Women.
They wanted a woman in there. They were so sure this woman was going to win. New York Times had her 92% winner day before the election.
But she won the popular vote.
She won. California and New York don't decide who becomes president.
So who is the Electoral College? What is that
made up of? 3 million illegals that voted.
Okay, tell me what.
There's her 3 million popular win.
Okay, tell me what makes up the Electoral College. What does that consist of? Who is that?
Population. Each state gets a delegate. The more populous the state is, the more Electoral College it is.
Okay, so who are the delegates? Are we aware of who the delegates are? Do we know who are members of this Electoral College that made the decision to vote Trump in after the public, which was the popular vote, said that we wanted Hillary? So who are they? Because she won the popular vote. So
she won the popular vote, yeah?
Right, the popular vote are from the people. And if the people are the ones that elect
why we have an Electoral College.
Right.
So 2 states don't decide who wins the election.
But if she won the popular vote, which means she ran over, she won over the masses of people.
She lost.
It was the Electoral College that made the final decision to put Trump into office.
He won more Electoral colleges. He won more delegates.
Okay, who are the members? Like I've always had this question. I just wanted to know, like,
I don't know who the members are. Delegates.
Who are the delegates? If the masses of America that voted, if the U.S. citizen that, like myself, that went in and voted, and we are considered
Hillary won Connecticut.
No. What I'm saying to you,
she won the Electoral College in Connecticut.
If the masses,
she won her 3 Electoral College votes.
Like when you're talking, I don't really interrupt. So let me just get my point across, and then you could jump in. And so, we got time. But what I'm saying is, if Hillary won if she won the popular vote, and the popular vote, from my understanding, is the vote of the people, the registered voters that went in and voted for Hillary. If she won that vote, which are the people, the Electoral College is the one that made the decision that Donald Trump was going to be in office. So that was a small population that made that final decision, because if the majority, which is the popular vote, said that we wanted Hillary, just educate me on this, because I'm a little
all
confused.
The states he won, he has more Electoral College votes than her. The Electoral College didn't decide. He legitimately won those Electoral College votes.
Okay, but
so it adds up to more than what Hillary had. A lot more, actually.
But the Electoral College is an isolated amount. Is that not an isolated?
Each state has a certain number of Electoral Colleges based on population.
Okay.
And he won.
Caller, go ahead. Hello?
They hung up.
Let me hit him with that.
Congratulations. They want to talk. They want to talk.
Matt, I have a question. Inbox. She said she couldn't get through. Hold on. Let me Snapchat this show real quick. I got a caller that inboxed a question. I want to read it to you, and I want to get your take on it. She said, her name is, I don't know if she wants her name mentioned. Trump doesn't talk about his son's autism, and his wife is barely in D.C. The only president lifestyle like this, so how can we trust him?
His son has autism?
Wow, aren't you a supporter?
Yeah, I didn't know his son had autism, though. I thought he was a normal 12-year-old.
Well, now you know.
They said, Lisa said Trump did win fair and square. That's what is so disturbing.
He did.
Well, he spoke for the people that wanted to have his message. He spoke for them. I mean, I don't agree with Trump's stance. And it's unfortunate that even with his wife, like, she doesn't even have a platform. What does she stand for? Like, she stands for anti-bullying, but she's married to the biggest bully in the country. So I mean, so like, you know, and then I mean, and I have another thing. This is my next question. You brought up some things about Obama, right? But every weekend Trump is in Florida. Who's paying for that?
He pays for it. He owns it.
So he's getting on Air Force One, and he's paying for that. But he's not able to. Okay. But the taxpayers are paying for him to be transported back and forth because he's on Air Force One.
Taxpayers paid for Obama to go golfing every weekend too. So what?
Every weekend Trump is in Florida. Every weekend.
Obama went golfing every weekend.
No, he did not.
So what?
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Every weekend Trump is going on our dime, and then his wife travels separately.
And he does business at Mar-a-Lago too. He does lots of business there.
That he's doing, is it helping the country or is it helping himself?
He just had the Japanese prime minister there. Showing him a good time, greasing him up.
So he had Pence over there in North Korea, and they didn't even want to meet with him. So
he wasn't in North Korea; he was in South Korea.
South Korea, but the North Korean sister, she didn't want to meet with him.
Who cares about North Korea? What's the big deal about
North Korea? Has bombs. They have
one of the worst nations in the world.
Kill us.
They're a communist nation.
Okay, but they're also a threat to this country.
They're a big threat to this country.
Right. So they're a huge threat to this country. What about him? He's not even practicing diplomacy with them.
Why would you practice diplomacy if someone wants to kill us?
Well, you need to be diplomatic so that they won't
be tough on them.
And how is he being tough?
Make them quake in their boots. North Korea is scared of us.
Are they?
Absolutely.
I don't think that's the case.
They weren't scared of us when Obama was in. They're scared now.
Why do you feel they wasn't scared of us when Obama was in?
No.
They wasn't.
No.
Caller, go ahead.
What's going on, Rob?
What's going on? Cameron, what's good? I'm glad you called, man.
How you doing, man?
Yes, sir. I'm good.
I have a lot of issues going on with my man up there because I know he's your boy. He claimed not to be racist, but
more racist shit.
To agree with anyone that have racist views makes you a racist. I'm sorry.
What racist views do I have?
For you to sit back and say that Haiti is a shithole country.
It is.
What makes it? Well, because
you ever seen their beaches? You ever see all the trash everywhere?
Do you know how to?
Their median income is like $500 a year. It's a fucking shithole, bro.
So if I'm a poor man, I'm a shithole person?
No, you just live in a shithole.
You just call the whole country a shithole country because of wealth.
It is a shithole country.
So you're saying wealth equates being a person of quality, or wealth equates equality?
You ever see the shit in Haiti? They live in mud huts. It's a shithole.
And they have gone through so much.
No shit.
And they're rebuilding.
They've had communist dictators for all these years that
colonizers.
You never heard of Papa Doc and Baby Doc?
Colonizers.
They stole all their money.
Their issue. Also, Forrest, I'm sitting up there and saying that black people are racist, and Diamond D also calling in and saying black people are racist. You can't call a reaction to racism racist. You know what I mean? If you push me in my face, I'm going to react. So all the years of racism towards black people, we're going to have our issues with the opposite race. You can't call me a racist person because I don't trust you or trust your moves. So I don't get him sitting there saying that black people are racist or we have racism ways about ourselves.
Who said that? Diamond, when Diamond said it.
But he agreed with it.
Right, okay.
So that's what I mean. It's like me sitting here saying that.
I didn't say a word when he was speaking.
I agreed with
it. Sorry.
No, honey. It was me. I had made statements stating that black people do have prejudice.
Sorry.
But I said that we cannot be racist because we do not have power. We're not in control where we can actually affect the masses with our prejudiced views. I did state that.
Okay. And also, far as like he was saying, Obama didn't do anything. I remember running around many highways and seeing, highways getting fixed. You couldn't drive down the middle or 95 in the last 8 years and not seeing that the roads being fixed and seeing economic development signs all over the place in Connecticut. Maybe because Obama was black, he didn't see that, and he didn't think that was a part of the stimulus package. But it was out there.
I mean, for Obama not to have done anything, I sure see Trump going behind him trying to eradicate and erase anything that Obama touched. So for the man to have not done anything, he sure did take his last year trying to make sure he erased it.
I mean, and also for my man to say that he's a true Republican, he would never feel the government can create jobs. If Republicans don't believe in the government for creating jobs, and trickle-down economics has never worked in this country.
The government doesn't create jobs.
The rich always get richer, the poor get poor.
What'd you say now? The government doesn't create jobs. The private industry creates jobs. And when you start gripping private industry, they're going to leave.
You constantly said all night that Trump is bringing back jobs. Trump is bringing back jobs.
Yeah, because he's getting rid of all the government regulations.
If you are a Republican, you know
he's
that
letting the private industry work its course.
Has Trump signed over his businesses to his son yet?
What job did Trump bring back? Like, name me
he's still the CEO.
One field of work that came back because of Trump.
Ford, Apple, iPhone. Japan put $500 billion of money into our country.
It wasn't invented 8 years ago?
Come again?
The Apple company didn't exist 8 years ago?
Well, they just put $1 billion into our economy.
Okay.
They used to be developed in China. They left China to develop it here. All their parts are made in China. Now they're back here being manufactured.
Does not work. And for you to say you're a Republican, but constantly...
I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Republican. I'm a Trump supporter.
But you're saying that Trump bringing back jobs.
He is.
I mean, do you
look at the numbers. Look at the Dow Jones. Look at the unemployment rate. Look at the numbers.
He hasn't been in office more than a year and a half.
Yeah, he's already doing it. Obama couldn't do it in 8 years. He did nothing in 8 years.
You don't think that Obama had a lot of opposition why he couldn't get things to go through by the Republican Party?
He always blamed George Bush for all his problems. A real leader takes accountability.
Oh my God! And speaking of which, that's the greatest segue that you could have made for me today.
He's sitting here saying that.
Wait, Cameron. Just give me 2 seconds. You said a real leader takes accountability. So tell me, where has your president taking accountability for what he's done, aside from always bragging about his?
Look at the job numbers.
You keep talking about jobs, and look at all the negatives coming from the White House. Look at all the negatives coming from the White House.
Manufacturing's coming back here, Donald Trump.
Manufacturing is not what manufacturing company has came back to the United States?
Ford left Mexico to produce cars here again. They pulled out.
They've been producing cars in the United States forever.
No, they moved to Mexico. They assembled everything in Mexico. They're back here.
The car manufacturers were bankrupt.
Under Obama, all the car companies went to fuck. He had to bail them out.
All that.
No, that was under Bush, and Obama bailed him out after Bush. Right? But what I'm saying, I'm just correcting you because it wasn't under Obama that they went bankrupt. Yes, Obama did bail them out, but Bush is the reason why they went bankrupt. So let's just make sure we got all of our facts in line. Okay, all right. Just want to make sure that we have everything in line.
Just Obama was 10 times worse.
Go ahead, Cameron.
I want to know what jobs he keep on saying Apple. He naming multi-billion-dollar corporation that's been around way before Obama and going to be here after Trump. So he keep on saying what jobs government have.
You got to look at the numbers. More people are working than we have been in many, many years. So something's going on positively in our economy.
Wait. Let me finish. Then he also said that racism was better, but times were better back in the day. I mean, for white people, it was.
I never said racism was better. I thought there was. It was a less volatile society back then. Everyone wasn't so sensitive like they are now. Like you're pretty sensitive right now.
We have the right to be sensitive. I mean, in the climate that we're living in America, I think anyone of color has the right to have some form of sensitivity. I mean,
it's not just people of color; it's white people too that are overly sensitive.
I mean, you know what? And you're absolutely right. White people are overly sensitive when it comes to. Let me not even get into that because I don't want to make this a black and white issue right now.
If he's saying times were better back at like the whole "Make America Great" thing is a racist slogan because America was not great years ago.
When was America great for
color.
black people? Yes, for people of color. When was it ever great for us?
So look at the 1960s.
And then he says that
you're talking about when we were going through civil rights.
Talking about family wise. You can have a meager job and live in a house.
Wait. He said the 60s.
Organization. He was in the White House with Trump. That is one of the most racist organizations in America right now. Therefore, I don't think that racism stops with the Klan.
What's the most racist organization?
I got a point to make. I got a point to make real quick. You said the 60s were a time.
60s and 70s.
60s and 70s were a time.
Yes.
Okay, but I'm going to give you a little bit of facts. I'm just going to throw a couple of things in here now. Just a couple little tidbits. All right. So in the 60s, around the time when we were in civil rights, right? You're saying that's when America was great. You are correct in certain things that the family structure in the black community was stronger. But
more were working.
Right, and more were
working. They were able to afford homes.
Let's thank J. Edgar Hoover because of his fear of the Black Panther Party, but the Black Panther Party came into effect because they had to police the police, because it wasn't great for the black people in the community.
I never said it was
No.
great.
You just said America was great in the 60s, and I'm just giving you a couple of facts to add on to what you just stated. So basically, the Black Panther Party was formed because they had to police the police because of the brutality that's still occurring in 2018, okay? Because none of that has changed for the black person, all right? So, you tell me, at what point was America ever great for black people? Yeah, we did have more of a family structure, but when J. Edgar Hoover introduced heroin into the ghettos and flooded
J. Edgar Hoover introduced heroin?
Yes, J. Edgar Hoover was instrumental in heroin getting introduced into the black community.
Conspiracy theories.
No, well, whatever. There's facts. It's facts. It's facts. It's proven. It's facts.
I'm going to cut it line. Let me also say this. Let me say this and I'm done, Rob. I mean, he also brought up a point about the death in America. If you could give me one time, only time that America was truly never in debt was when a Democrat was in office, and that was Bill Clinton.
America was never in debt before federal income tax.
Listen, let me finish. If you could tell me one other president that America never was, and then the fact that America's in debt don't hurt no one's pocket. If America's in debt, do that take from your table?
We're $20 trillion in debt. That's more than our whole economy.
Are you missing a meal because of that?
Am I missing what?
Any meals? Does America debt hurt you?
No, it does. It increases inflation. Look at our gas prices. Look at food prices. You can't even buy healthy food anymore.
Gas prices is not a good thing.
You can't buy healthy food anymore because the government wants to, they want to make money off of GMOs. So it has nothing to do with
healthy food costs less than junk food. Now it's the opposite.
Because they figured out that, they put the unhealthy food in the ghettos.
Cam, thanks for the call, brother.
All right.
Healthy food costs more because it's about profit. At the end of the day, it's about making a profit. And cheaper food, it's easier to mass produce, and it's also making a profit for the people that actually make these things. Look at all the GMOs that are made in the science labs. I mean, what about that?
What has the Department of Agriculture done for farmers that produce real food?
I mean, I can't answer that. I can't answer that for
That's all gone.
I think because everything's made in a lab now.
Taxes, it's ruined it all.
Right, because it's made in a science lab.
Whose fault do you think that is, Matt?
Government's fault.
Right.
Okay.
I do agree with him on that. It is the government's fault because it's all about capitalism.
We got to get rid of all these departments.
Okay. Like what? What
Department of Agriculture. Federal education. I think it should all be left up to the states.
Oh, education you think should be a state-run? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Look at all the money we're pouring into education. Nothing has changed.
Right.
It's the same, or maybe even worse.
Right.
Well, you could thank your boy Bush for that. Like No Child Left Behind. Some of these dummies need to be left behind. I mean, Facebook is an indicator that a lot of you dumbasses should have been left behind. I'm just kidding. But anyway,
Charlie Jones said our money value has depreciated.
Oh,
same thing you could get with $10 years ago will cost you $100.
That is absolutely true.
In 1964. 5 silver quarters, $1.25, but they were made with actual silver, so it was actually worth $15. After 1964, they stopped using all that in our currency. Inflation started going up, and the value of the dollar. That's why our value of the dollar is worthless.
So you don't think you don't think with the surge in the economy, with the tax breaks, that inflation is going to occur anyway?
Inflation is a big problem.
Right, inflation is going to happen regardless.
Tax cuts.
Because now that the economy is, now that we're getting more money in our checks, there's going to be inflation. I mean, the things are going to be right. So that's not going to change.
Steadily increased since 1964.
So in the interim, it's not even going to seem like it's going to make a difference, because by the time they inflate
you have more money in your pocket.
You have more money in your pocket, and they inflate the prices. It gives you more relief, but the prices are going to cost more. So you're going to actually end up in the same predicament that you were in prior to
so we got to do something about inflation.
I mean, yes, that's what needs to be done, because the more money you make, the more they inflate the prices on the things that you purchase.
Why did you say
that's not necessarily true?
Why did you say Trump would win when it's time to vote again next election? He would
because
win.
this is what people are concerned about now. No, he's not.
He's getting impeached.
No, he's not.
We're not doing 8 years with Trump.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not, because you know what? There's so much turmoil in this country behind Trump being president. Like, I've never in my life seen so much violence.
There was so much turmoil when Obama was president.
I didn't see it. But then where was it?
Seen it.
I didn't.
I did. The world was on fire.
No, because now you see a lot of these racial groups, racist groups coming out of
no jobs were created. This is what people are concerned about now.
You're saying that
they're concerned about the economy. They're concerned about feeding their family.
Let me just say, the chaos may have been because of desperation, but now the chaos, the derivative of the chaos now is racial tension. So I mean, that
started with Obama.
That's right, because y'all was mad as hell.
I wasn't mad.
I'm saying theoretically, some white people were very upset that a black man actually was elected to be president twice.
Did you vote for Obama?
No.
I think you know what I think? I think Trump is, for everyone that was upset that Obama was actually in office twice, he's the answer. He's the answer, because everyone was pissed off.
The last Democrat I voted for was Al Gore.
He's the answer. Trump is the answer for all the racists that were pissed off that Obama was actually elected, so they gave us Trump.
Lisa Spieri said Republicans don't even believe in the existence of climate change. There won't be a planet for us to live on, to leave our children.
I think climate change is a hoax.
Really? Why do you say that?
Well, 5 years ago it was
70 degrees right now.
So what? We live in New England. When I was a little kid, I've experienced Christmases that were 75. You don't like the weather? Wait a minute. This is New England. Global warming was debunked.
Tally Jones said Trump started trying to build and people shut him down. So he went and brought the airspace. And when those same people tried to build, they couldn't because by Trump buying airspace, they had to go through him. So I don't know if Tally Jones is for Trump. I'm not sure.
Airspace?
Yeah. I don't.
What are you talking about? Cyber airspace? I mean, like, what kind of airspace?
Tally Jones said definitely a hoax. Natasha Ruda said, I think he might be the only president that does one term.
Well, hold on the climate change. It was called global warming 5 years ago.
Okay.
All the ice caps grew in Antarctica, South Pole. So global warming was debunked. Since it's been debunked, they had to change the name to climate change.
Okay.
To still make everyone believe in it.
Diamond Powell said, what did Obama do for blacks?
Ask Kiki that question.
But, you know, Diamond, I'm not gonna even, because you know what? Okay.
Because I think he's done nothing.
Really? Do you think Trump has done more for blacks than Obama?
Jobs.
Okay.
That's the only thing.
You know, I'm gonna take a page out of Jay-Z's book. All right, I'm gonna say this.
He's a communist.
Who, Jay-Z?
Yeah, big time.
Whatever Jay-Z, whatever you have to say about Jay-Z, I don't care.
He's a piece of shit.
Okay, well, that's your opinion.
Most overrated rapper who ever lived.
That is your opinion, but what the page that I was going to take out of his book was just Just because someone gives you money and they treat you badly does not mean that it's all right. So that's the point that I was going to make. Yes, Trump he has a surge in the economy. People are taking home more of their money, but he still does not respect and he does not treat people of color with respect. He does not care about people of color. So, you know,
I think he treats everyone the same. That's my opinion.
I mean, you're right. You have the right to your opinion. I mean, everyone is entitled to that.
I don't see him causing any injustices.
When he called Ben Carson as African American, I mean, come on now. You don't think that's kind of racist?
No, I think it's racist when black people call Ben Carson an Uncle Tom. I feel bad for that guy.
Ben Carson is a damn Uncle Tom, the same man.
Because he has different views.
No. Let me say this. No, I'm gonna just say
the guy's from the inner city of Detroit. He's not black enough for you.
No,
that's fucking
this
nonsense.
Is the same man that said that his mother
because
did not
has a different view. He's an Uncle Tom.
He is an Uncle Tom.
That's terrible. That's
he
a
is an
terrible
Uncle Tom.
thing.
Just
he's
like,
not black enough for his own race.
I didn't say he wasn't black. I said he's Uncle Tom.
That's not me being not white enough for the KKK.
You are definitely white enough for the KKK. So I mean, there is like they will induct you right away. You don't even have to go through the ceremonial process. Just come on and get your cake. Let's go. But what I'm saying is, I don't even know what the hell I'm saying at this point. I'm just stuttering right now. I don't know. I'm done.
So you think they were unfair to Ben Carson?
Yeah. I think he's a great guy. The guy's a neurosurgeon.
Yes, he is.
Black people should look up to that guy. He's a success story.
I bought his book and had my son read his book. So I was a supporter of Ben Carson.
He's a nice, soft-spoken fellow. What's wrong with him?
But even Ben Carson's side eyeing Donald Trump at this stage in the game. So I really don't.
What do you think about Omarosa?
Oh God. Oh Jesus.
That's pretty funny what you said about Mike Pence.
That he's more dangerous than Trump?
That's funny.
Yeah, she said
he is more dangerous than Trump because
she said he thinks Jesus speaks to him.
She said what?
Mike Pence thinks Jesus actually speaks to him.
Oh,
Mike Pence is a radical. He is definitely more dangerous than Trump. I agree with her on that. I will agree with her on that.
Roy Religious.
So why would you want Trump to be impeached? Mike Pence will be president.
I've made that statement. I said, you know what, to be totally honest, the fool that we got in house is better than the one that we don't know, because Pence has really a lot of radical views, and I wouldn't want him to be our president.
He doesn't seem like a bad guy, though.
Well, you know what?
I like him.
Pence is quiet, and Pence is the one that he doesn't say much, but Pence is the one that you have to really be concerned about. It's always the quiet ones that don't really take a platform or a stance, the ones that you have to be concerned about.
Tally Jones says Sam Ben is an Uncle Tom is racist. Roy Religious Jones said, Kiki, you need more knowledge than just being down with someone because they are black.
I'm not being down with someone because they're black. I mean, I do have knowledge. I may not be speaking it because I'm a little bit nervous, but you don't know what knowledge I do or do not have. That's a blanket statement. Like, ask questions before you make a generalization like that.
Joseph Patola said, are black Americans better off after 8 years of the Obama administration?
I don't think they are.
Okay.
I mean, for me to sit here and say that Obama did a lot for black people, I'll be lying.
Okay. I'm trying to catch all the comments. Darren Leggett said, did Ben say that blacks were doing better when we were slaves?
I don't know. Did he say that?
Yes, he did.
He said slaves were refugees or something like that.
Oh, Obama said the same thing a few years before Ben Carson, and then everyone went on Ben Carson about that.
And Obama said the same thing.
He said the same thing in 2006.
I need to pull that up. I'm gonna look.
Yeah.
Did Obama call us and say
Lisa
that?
Lisa Sperry said Ben Carson calls himself a scientist, yet purports to not believe in evolution. He'll say anything to get his lips.
He's a neurosurgeon.
He'll say anything to get his lips near the man's ass. Yo, what the fuck? Matt?
Yes.
You said Trump is your man.
Yes.
And you think he's doing, so far, the year and change he's been in office, you think he's doing a good job?
Yes.
And you would vote for him again?
Yes.
You are not a racist?
No.
Okay. So true. 50. Why hold your knowledge back, Kiki? School us.
I'm not holding my knowledge back. It's just that I'm nervous. I got a lot of thoughts in my head, and it's just hard to get them all out at one time.
Do you think Ben Carson is a coon?
I'm gonna refrain from responding to that.
Yeah, this.
I think Ben Carson is a brilliant man in his right. I think I think he's very gifted in what he does. I think a little bit of Ben Carson is a little bit removed from his own community to an extent, but I wouldn't consider him a complete coon. I would just say that he may be a little bit removed from what's going on in the urban areas, and so I would say that
word coon.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I was taught that was almost as bad as the N-word.
It is.
Right. It is a nasty word.
It is. It's a derogatory word.
It's associated with, if you kind of, like with John Doe, they would associate him with being a coon. Because he kind of spoke out for you.
No, I don't think he's a coon. I think he just spoke out. Because just because I don't...
Well, he knows me on a personal level.
Right. I don't think if you agree, if you agree with the white person makes you a coon. I don't believe that. I think if someone's saying something that makes sense and has substance, it doesn't matter who it comes from. You know what I mean? The source doesn't matter. It's the message that counts. So
Tanya Black said Matt is blinded and an asshole.
Oh damn, Tanya!
I did my job then.
Tanya, that was mean. You're normally not so mean.
So sometimes I like being an asshole.
Yeah,
it's fun.
What the fuck? What's going on? Ben Carson is totally lost when it comes to who he is. Now, Matt, you think did anything happen good for you when Obama was in office?
I just worry about my family.
Right.
Working, providing for my family, being a good husband.
Mm-hmm.
I can't worry about who's in charge.
Right.
Because I'm still going to keep pushing on.
Right. Now, it's still a struggle.
Right.
Everything is a struggle. Yeah, it's still a struggle.
Man. It's a struggle sometimes.
Angel Garrett said, "You are a damn liar." Angel, she called in. I thought y'all guys were having good dialect. There were a few, not Lisa, there was a few that was trying to get in and get their little piece off.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that movie? I think it was either Heat or Scent of a Woman. And I'm going to say this for her. Al Pacino. But she had a great ass!
So now you're doing some old male chauvinist shit right here, right? He is definitely a Trump supporter, folks. He voted Trump with that statement.
She had a great ass? How do you say that?
But she had a great ass!
Yo, they gonna call me a coon tomorrow. They already called me a coon for having you up here.
That's all right.
How do you feel? Kiki did a good job. She did well.
Yeah, I like Kiki.
Yeah,
Thank
Kiki,
you. I like you
Kiki,
too. I have no beef with you. Thank you.
Lucinda said, "What has any president done for blacks?"
That's a pretty good question too.
Okay. Now they were saying,
I don't know.
Well, let me tell you what Reagan did for blacks. He turned blacks into crackheads. That's what he did for blacks.
Crack came out before Reagan.
Reagan was a part of that
70s.
whole damn crack. No, cocaine was out. Crack did not come out.
Crack
in the
was
70s.
invented in the late 70s.
Crack was invented in the 80s.
No, it was invented in the late 70s.
It was freebase that was invented. It was not crack. Crack and freebase, from my understanding, are two different.
50 Cent.
50?
You know 50. You know 50. You know 50.
Yo, caller, what's good? It's the Raw Report. Talk to us.
Yeah, this is Angel Garrett.
Hey, Angel.
So, because I have a great ass, as he says, he can't
take a
focus
joke.
on the real
Oh,
issues
wait.
that I posted.
Matt did compliment you on your...
That's basically what it boils down to.
Okay.
Because I have a great ass, he can't focus on the real issues that I pose to him. Everything that I said on Facebook.
No, you just called me a racist the whole time. So I'm not going to listen to your fucking bullshit.
My pictures. That's basically what he's saying.
No, you want to talk about morality.
What the fuck I said because my ass was so nice that he was too busy beating his dick to respond to what the fuck I said.
Wait, what just happened?
Basically, that's what you're saying, but you don't want us to believe.
So you're fingering yourself over my pictures
do the things and say the things that Trump does. You just did it. You just gave the perfect example to that.
Take a fucking
I am college
joke.
educated. I am 5 Theta.
You're a man hater. You're a man hater.
Prove that.
You're a typical man hater.
You cannot.
Why does a woman that has education have to be a man
hater? Sir, you are a clown. And you will be forever known as a clown because what you're saying holds no weight. I've watched you for the past half hour sit up here and lie on the things that Obama has done. Mention Hillary, mention anything to deflect the real pressure that the black community and any community will put on you. You are a clown, sir, and I hope on this earth that you do not have children and you put your lives in their well-being in the hands of Trump. Because if you believed in him that much, how about you mortgage your house and give him the proceeds of the mortgage of your house and tell him
the proceeds of mortgage of my house?
If you trust in him that much.
I would give anyone the proceeds of mortgage of my house. It goes to my family and myself.
I would put my money.
I don't have to give to anybody. I give to whoever the hell I want to give to.
No, I'm asking you, if you trust in Trump that much, remortgage, take out a second mortgage on your house.
No, I don't have to.
Take out a second mortgage on your house.
I don't have to do that.
Take the proceeds.
You do that.
Give them to Trump and tell him to reinvest it and make you some money. And make you some money. Until you could do that, sir, do not.
I gotta make money on my own. I can't rely on Trump.
Believe in the things.
I don't have to rely on anyone like obviously you do.
This country is money.
You need to get a man. You need to be a housewife.
Oh my God!
Understand? He spoke what he said.
She's a man hater.
Into your racist tendencies.
She's very angry woman.
Buying the bullshit. We aren't buying the bullshit.
What about your bullshit? You called me a racist before I even said a word.
Person come in for a job. You're the person that has your closet prejudices.
Yeah, I have a job. What's your point?
Based on these closet prejudices. We are
closet
not
prejudices.
If I was
what about your closet prejudices?
I would address you as a racist.
What about your closet prejudices?
You as my equal.
What about your closet prejudices? What about your closet prejudices against my people?
What I'm saying.
What about your closet prejudices against my people?
You were too.
How do you know what I go through? I don't know what the fuck you go through. I would never even try to fathom that. That's your story. Worry about your story. Worry about your kids.
Sir, you have
worry about your kids. Worry about your kids and worry about yourself. Worry about your side of the street.
That's something you should.
Don't worry about me. I've already infiltrated your mind. You can't stop thinking about me. Why?
Hold on, Rob. I need you to stop this right now. I need you to worry about yourself because meanwhile, while you worry,
I do worry about myself.
Our produce is rotting in the fields because those very people that you talk about are the people who are picking our fruits and vegetables. The other day, I went into Walmart to go buy food for my children. Apples used to be $3.94 at Walmart. They are now $4.26 now.
Thanks to taxes and inflation.
Because our fruits and vegetables are rotting in the fields because the people who pick our fruits and vegetables are now on the run. And you don't seem to understand the real consequences of what he's doing. You like the way he talks about brown and black people. That's why you ride with.
All right, Angel. I don't even know what this is. Angel, thanks for calling, Ma. Hello? Angel. I think she hung up. We want to thank everybody for watching tonight. We're going to get out of here. Thank you, everybody. Please check out the video. Please share it. Thank you for everybody for watching. This has been wait a minute. We got one more caller.
We got one more caller?
Fuck.
Lord.
This is the last caller we're going to take tonight. What's good? Talk to us.
Hey, Rob.
Hey.
Kiki and
hey.
This is Tanya. Matt, I will apologize.
Hold on, Tanya. He's coming back. He's coming back now.
He's coming back to hear your apology.
He's coming back to hear your apology. Go ahead, Tanya.
Oh, okay. I will apologize for calling you an asshole because you have your own opinion and there's nothing
wrong with that. But again, it's just that it's hard for a lot of us, like I said for myself, to understand how could you vote for someone. But to each his own. That's one wonderful.
What happened?
I don't know.
We lost her?
We lost her. Tanya, you still there?
But to each his own. That's one wonderful.
I think that was it. Did you rewind?
Well, Tanya, I always wonder how people vote for Hillary Clinton, too. But I respect your decision. I respect your decision. Your decision.
Hold on. This is her calling back. I think her phone. Go ahead, Tanya.
Hi, I'm so sorry about that. I'm sorry, my phone messed up. But you know what, though? Like I said before, to each his own, and I was wrong for saying that because I work with children, and I'm raising a young man, and, everybody's like, oh, what did Obama do for blacks? I mean, it gave us hope to say, guess what? If you work hard and you try your hardest, you could become one of the most important people in the world and hold one of the most important jobs. It gave us hope, and that's just how I believe. But, Matt, to each his own. You believe in what you believe in. I believe in Kiki, Rob, and everybody else. It's just the fact of it's just hard for some of us to understand why did you vote for. But again, to each his own. But I do apologize for your asshole. That's wrong. Because you have your opinion, but I just can't fathom it. But like I said, to each his own. But somebody made a good comment on Facebook. Callie Jones, I think it was. A lot of people are Republicans. Look at Diamond. He's one of. Diamond's a cool guy. He's a Republican, so I'm not going to say all Republicans are racist, but it's just hard, especially right now what's going on. Again, about what happened, and it's a long thing because I know you have to cut off, but, that's all I had to say. But I want to wish you guys good night. And, Rob, I hope you have another show like this because this was really interesting, and the dialect was kind of entertaining, but yet so thought-provoking.
Absolutely. Tanya, thank you so much, all right?
All right, take care. Bye, Kiki.
Bye, baby. Thanks for calling.
Matt,
well, if it was thought-provoking, I'd say that the job was done.
Cameron said Obama was the president of the United States, not president of the black people.
Yeah, he was a president of the United States.
Right.
He was my president, unfortunately.
So, 2020, Donald Trump. And you're... Okay. Kiki D, 2020?
2020, you know who I really hope runs? I hope Biden. 2020, Joe Biden. Absolutely. 2020,
He's
Biden.
coming to speak soon.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden is a man.
I like Joe Biden. I listened to him on the Oprah Soulful Sundays, and I think he's an awesome guy. So I would definitely vote for Joe Biden.
What about Bernie Sanders?
I don't like commies.
Okay.
He's too left.
And I think he's a little too old. He's too old.
Yeah, Joe Biden's 75. He's going to be almost 80 when he runs.
But you know what? Joe Biden has that vigor. He still has a lot of energy. So I think he'd be an awesome president.
That'd be a good matchup.
And he's also a veteran. You know what I mean? His son was a veteran, a decorated soldier.
I feel bad for him. His son killed himself. One of his sons killed himself.
You're right.
Committed suicide. Either that or a drug overdose.
No. His son died of cancer.
Oh,
his son died of cancer. He did not kill himself.
Bad for him.
His first wife, died in a car accident.
One of his sons got kicked out of the military for drugs.
I don't think it's the one that...
Charlie Jones said, Drake for president 2020, God's plan.
Who?
Drake for president 2020.
Drake? The rapper singer guy?
Yeah. Well, shit, we got our first reality TV star president. We might as well get a rapper. What's the difference? America the Great.
Don't forget, y'all, check out the the Kia First Lady show, Kia Youngins, her show, RNS show. Make sure y'all watch that. It's real fun. It's a great show. Check that out. And I love her background. I wish I had my background like that. We want to thank everybody for watching tonight. We want to thank Kiki D for coming through, Matt Patola for coming through, John Doe for coming through. And, we're going to check y'all next week. I don't know if we on next week. We got to do a little renovations around here. But I'll let you know. It's the Raw Report, y'all. We want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for everybody that called in. Thank you for everybody that joined us. And please check us out. I don't know if we're here next week. We might not be here next week because we're renovating. We're putting some ceilings and stuff up in here and getting it right in here. We got gubernatorial. How you say it? Gubernatorial candidate. gubernatorial candidate Joseph Lamage is coming through next Sunday, I think. He's running for governor of Connecticut. So y'all make sure y'all call in and check him out. He's running for governor. Yo, thanks, Tally Jones. Thank you, everybody. Don't forget the Kia D show, RNS show. It's official. Check it out. We out of here. Thank you, everybody. It's the Raw Report. We gone. Peace.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
I got a freaky flow.